why your club because on say we dia group be kwa kofa de why your club de why your club enka ho your national team de enkwa ne yeka kwaku say national team dia de mema na sha ase Samuel Eto ne mema na sha ase because say obo national team the first thing na mostly looking say there now do national team na we are talking about Samuel Eto or they Cameroon African Cup of Nations 2 times 2002 and 2008 2000 and 2002 enti mema Samuel Eto ashase then the obetina bench be ya Samuel Jan na mema na tina bench na sem de meton no na maton Drogba reason is simple say oh ye fair say e bo Samuel Jan dia more na your national team than club side. You bought Drogba more na your club side than national team. Okay. Drogba born na wabono. You bought Drogba you had more of club side than the national team. But you bought Samuel Jana a more of national team than club side. Omun no bi amfane man je hwiu. Sa Ivory Coast team no mo je African Cup of Nations na ya aturi satamet Drogba film na ya aturi na captain sa team no. Antonia Samuel Jan obi antimi nje bibia. Emma ne man. But to me, I think personally me for Eto se obesha ase as Samuel Jan on the bench than Drogba.
Daniel say ese Kwame ono ya dwen ono ebebo Eto. Obebenchi Samuel Jan na fe waton Didier Drogba. No message no Fabio IBS say I will play Didier Drogba bench Eto and sell Samuel Jan. Bright say Edinho ohun di onya kra o say Eto na obebo no na or the bench ama Samuel Jan na waton Didier Drogba. Ono so a message no Pablo Kemik say play Samuel Jan bench Eto and sell Didier Drogba. Monday Sun say I will play Eto bench Samuel Jan and sell Didier Drogba. I will play Drogba bench Eto and sell Samuel Jan FM Dachi Hene Vegas. And also a message no a champion Jima S Hi Edelson. Me just on live from Doma Gono Krum. Drogba will start bench Samuel Eto Fields and sell as Samuel Jan. Yeah, find Michael Champon. Must be just on live from Mampan. I will start Samuel Eto bench as Samuel Jan. In Ghana Fogus, so much church on my dream. Abubakar Sadik say I will play Eto as Samuel Jan. And I'm a bench and I'm a tongue Didier Drogba. Biggie, what are you?
Kwaku, among these 3 players, first, me you be a man start to me team based on the national team performance. Me go for Samuel Eto as my number 1. On the best start looking at the achievement at the national team level. So, or win the African Cup of Nations twice, just as Kwame said, and then being a runner up to with the national team. I think it's that's bad. He's done well among these 3 players there. Samuel Eto has done well when it comes to the national team achievement. But between Samuel Jan and Didier Drogba, I'll bench Didier Drogba and I'll sell Samuel Jan. It is because Didier Drogba as a footballer, yes, on the African Cup of Nations. But if it's just about goals, the Mama Peke Samuel Eto, and the Didier Drogba, no, and it's Eto goals in the chino. He won something with it for the national team. But Didier Drogba, you know, goals and wash personal records, achievements. At the end of the day, I'm reflecting on the national team performance. As I'm watching also with the national team. In
okay. Na come back finals, no, any achievements are na.
I am na entire kai you do finals.
Eto dia no finals, any achievements are na your day Ghana year World Cup.
Ghana and the World Cup.
African, you know, be a washer goes can see.
Oh yes,
you know, so also see a huge achievement.
Of course it is, but na me share the award because at the end of the day, the Ocean World Cup and the Uye Yenina, a sign Baba show national team goals anymore. Menim say otin komo na medina say aha nti ade na be mama yi Didier Drogba and so
nti there pa na wo fa Drogba on what basis goals no.
Yes, because I be call ni Samuel Jan obi am national team nyehwe
na there someone jan any Black Stars say any the Drogba de Ivory Coast here ne na ano worshipa
Kwaku Asamoah Gyan there when it gets to the world stage. I think say no
even at Cup of Nations.
That's a world stage in the national team.
Oh, Benka say national team. But me chema ba bisi asem so.
Okay.
And until I'm say the world stage is very huge. But so already Didier Drogba so Didier Drogba led an Ivorian team. You can say the golden generation. At that time, na Ivory Coast national team na performance not the same, na attention not the same. It was Didier Drogba and then the other players that brought that kind of revival. And so what the Ivorian national team with that sense of belief. Say Yababa be a crop of players. I bet me a boy. So
But Samoa Gyan did say mana.
Asamoah Gyan.
Of course, he also
coming from a country African Cup of Nations for Oko finals.
Oh, Black Stars J4 year number.
Baby Yaje.
Oh,
Kwaku Yaje.
Asamoah Gyan into okay, did it no J. Asamoah Gyan. Black Stars net that form town. What you say? Into ono so a prayer the Black Stars. E ka kete ye fan kasam de ne mum. Ye ko finals mienu. What you say? And ono shares between Asamoah Gyan. What the influence about Black Stars in gidi crowd. What the influence say Mostati say or GSC in now so be 2008 more echo. Between 2008 to be the prime time be 2017. What is that period, you know. Shadana Black Stars is here kono. Any Drogba mu dey ya. Ono crown she stars and egu Ivory Coast. Enyo ko ye na Yaya Toure muji.
No doubt. And until I make us say me Asamoah Gyan there. Honestly, you know Asamoah Gyan is my player.
Oh, definitely.
But Ababa be cap players you know. Obiam fan my nyehwe. Obiam fan my NGB bia. And then until them am pick Didier Drogba with any goals. If Didier Drogba had achieved one laurels with the national team, this is Samuel Eto'o. Based on the number of goals, and come for Didier Drogba as my number one.
Okay.
But on for mine NGB. And I back Asamoah Gyan on not for mine NGB. So I'll go for Didier Drogba. And then I'll sell Asamoah Gyan.
Me wa question bi ebisa mu ansa mako me ba na maba bibisa mo. Prince quality say Lamine is bigger than Madrid. Who confess some about Opari Michael, so my name is Tom. I'm watching the show live from Wasa Nanakrum. Starts as Asamoah Gyan. Yo Yatse. Also Isco say I'll play Samuel Fields and I'll bench Asamoah Gyan and I'll sell Didier Drogba. No message and so and no. Sadex and Kwabena one this say me boss Samuel Fields na ma bench Asamoah Gyan. Yo Ghana focus wa mo chira drink and so I will Facebook. Now I will sell okay. I'll play Samuel Fields bench Baby Jets and sell Didier Drogba. Well, anyway. It's Ghana focus wa almost so a church or margin. What I said. Anyway, you come here. And na me tie more pundits na more bridge no former footballers near there. Na obisi yebisa almost say Sam Madrid bought premiership the more. So premiership the more. Enka ombedi position be. Na former players na Gary Lineker ne Walcott mo ne wan nyina na obi eni wo de Madrid kra J-League na mo premiership ni mo a omo se nka mo be brutal
with this current Real Madrid team.
Well, yes.
Also was here specific say
yeah.
The current Real Madrid team there, then definitely Madrid best struggle.
Yeah, because how do we to position be?
Or I think say first for the Ankombe
top 4.
Yes, M500 Real Madrid or struggle no cry. No one can convince me say this current a Manchester City team no do some Man City actually Real Madrid actually there. But I will check it the current state of Man City or Chelsea many other clubs are almost above a Real Madrid. So in as much as me to me say the current Real Madrid team in the Premier League on best struggle. No, but I think say first for they definitely will be inside. Say on Jekrana drop free first for him. Definitely first for number part of it.
What I call cast man when we didn't attempt brutal or some Madrid be the 8.
Oh, David.
Oh, the 8.
Oh, na say Real Madrid yes say na La Liga or say.
Oh no, can lead into dancing on Monkey Candy.
I make sure say what the current Real Madrid team we go Premier League. Yet definitely obe struggle, team men and struggle, obe struggle, obenya ne ups and downs. By say o free top phone him debi. Obe what top phone him.
Big now who's which na hini.
Kwaku, Real Madrid, it's Real Madrid, and at the end of the day, looking at the current form of Madrid, and you'll be looking at last season's performance for Champions League in Moshi Arsenal, and then this season's performance against Manchester City, and now the Becca was him. But I feel that Madrid is Madrid, and definitely, if they are in the Premier League, at least in the top 4 spots, with the 8 with the annual day.
Well, I'm more yen brutal master. Now, okay.
Say, so top 4 Premier League in the Manchester United, Aston Villa, Man City, and Arsenal.
That's a Madrid best show easy.
I think say disrespect.
Maybe are probably and then Ocean last season this season maybe are probably Arsenal, Man City. Yeah. But aside these two, why not that kind of force?
I disrespect to Real Madrid.
So I walk out no.
I disrespect to Real Madrid. I disrespect to Real Madrid.
Because someone obi or that through La Liga there, you cannot disrespect him like that.
Yeah.
There's a La Liga no gusana.
La Liga
because the same way okay.
I disrespect because omo Premier League top 4 no. Omo bro Real Madrid omo no. Manchester United are 4th. Real Madrid in league but not the first. Aston Villa would say any third. Real Madrid were the first. In Newcastle say Real Madrid do Premier League oba be the A4. Debi. Real Madrid on say
Barca for no do on Jim. We see 15th. We see 10th position. The Barca for no do on Jim.
Okay, Barcelona will be say.
What a job. So Barcelona will do on Jim. Be the 15th.
Oh, there.
Okay, Kwame.
Madrid team then say sir.
Na me cry there. Na dey asem crane. As a season we move for buo kra mama Madrid cry. Kwame mama kwama na nsam no nsam for Emram Robert join our television also Lawson TV, Facebook Lawson TV. Now fe wa join no game say ekoso let's go Bilbao Eshemienu Elche enso Eshe Bako Sassuolo ewa the Italian Serie A Eshemien San via Hellas Verona enso entimi ansi Germany Bundesliga Mainz 05 Eshe Bako Hamburger enso Eshe Bako French League A Brestois Eshemienu Olympic Marseille enso entimi ansi na game se bekoso enso ewa English Premiership onenie ebonom yensa Aston Villa and Leeds United bebo Brentford enso and Brighton and bebo Chelsea enso and Burnley bebo West Ham United and Bournemouth game no 5:30 enumere 8 p.m. Manchester City ebetna Etihad no atonsa e the afre Newcastle and games bekoso Real Madrid game and na omni Osasuna no 5:30 and a game no enso bekoso Atletico Madrid and Espanyol game no and also 8 Italian Serie A Juventus and Como game no and so 2 Lecce and Inter Milan 5 p.m. Cagliari and Lazio and so Bundesliga Germany Bayern Munich and so and Frankfurt game no and so 2:30 and no games and also Ebekoso and so Hona for UEFA 4 and so at the fine at the Barcelona and bet you 30,000 euros and for Emma Wilson and I know Barcelona and so and Slava Praha Ebono did kind Barcelona Emma supporters no at the Sa Flash no and so Eura Stadium more bet you 15,000 afe another 15,000 Barcelona and so late see and no arrangement at UEFA 4 and so I say Barcelona bet you any money we yes ha some and so to Barcelona me no can say good news I wo at my Chelsea say now say ya guso ya discuss say da bain na Chelsea enim won Chelsea atade omo no Chelsea atade na enim no sponsors beba esanse emra Chelsea for na 3 and na enim omo ya guso ya twen afa Chelsea club 1 year na enya sponsors and for more me no can say finally Chelsea enya sponsorship IFS AI company wa ba sponsor Chelsea tifiti na kwai say Chelsea air ball no say enim one ya tire ayatra IFS na just say AI company no and after your mobile sponsor Chelsea until 2028 and almost sponsor Chelsea for I think that this is good news and so at my Chelsea now good news no mama more bad news kakra also so say me no can say Chelsea players will be penyifo no so mo no ha no ate kokoko na bia doorbell bi esu wan nie na play back aba market na mo de ma mi sika na wo fom asemi susu se sika we die emuame na Chelsea for aka chance wo de ko ye be ye hu bibi ade ama Chelsea for na so bo ha 2 days na for France so aba sika wo de ma ye ni nyi wo sika yi mo hwe na fa mu fa bi enso emfa nka ho fa ma ye na be tena sa Chelsea for empanyim for na se eya doso dodo into ma catch plus na se eye case by case omo show bi ade mako na bom enka ombenya nka ye Chelsea plus nya bo che kakra na mo season ni wie na fa omo restructure wage bill na kakra esansa plus ni bi se omo tia se Ray James on a jessica kese 250,000 pounds a week, no problem. Wesley Fofana mwe Engzo mwe wa my say kai said there's 150 die iswa Kopama 130,000 pounds a week or see iswa Malo goes to Cradia was start say eye complaints on no ball boy woman 45,000 pounds a week saying pay for Bumfa Sikaribi and so enfan count travel chaloba 50,000 or no so eye complaints and penny for the be enfan count Robert Sanchez say go all day na 60,000 pounds a week there and penny for Robert Sanchez is sikana form or move for AB and so encounter Chelsea form penny for the surplus thing ya chair your season na or my restructure kakra na Marco Kurela the maintenance and now no Chelsea for FH Edi ni sika ni bi edi aka ho edi amano na mom Marco Kurela no omdi sika ni bi eka ho de man no omanfa contract ni bi ansa nka ho yes no omanfa bi anka ho na de metene se Marco Kurela yi enyo possible se bia 2 years ni obasan so atoa so edi ama Chelsea ehu Marco Kurela se enche ebia somewhere by the following year ebia na Marco Kurela enso efi club no kwa eno ensama yet edi efi Chelsea so ye eba Hurricane as a 500 goals the maintenance na Bayern Munich game amone Frankfurt bebo no empanyifo no aye arrangements na fei omaye bibi edi ama Hurricane se oya de etuma de wo bebo bi papa edi ama Bayern Munich into ombe ana brand for the Hurricane after scoring 500 goals na make Bayern Munich and some na ye be Bayern Munich training grounds catch us say he snow bia na to ho na unim say senior boys na be see aye training na o prepare for game against Frankfurt niti yes staff from na was so mu kofio obi wo kra na wapon and so man say decide say o be use no ni nyina de free ho ama boys no so aye train no mu wie ye and of Vincent company and in the place no ekwada staff for na sesama ya dear papa ma join club no and say eno ensama eno so epia fi ban mu nchira so aye ba ma me Declan Rice na ya mon komo Declan Rice say hwe EPL no wa catch any place na say as I say, and there is nowhere EPL ube winia. Ye big giant mudiamo free say we are Arsenal. It is so ni born ni also teams I cannot compete Arsenal and say Arsenal edition it say as I said from the last minute cry bono as I said Arsenal fighting for the premiership afei or so catch supporters no say obey him or say na copem say season ba na we no sre supporters na momra na mo beta omachi na say omo disappoint mo na bom mo beta omachi na nyama betimi aboa ma team no so etimi start say age trophies na mo open no enti na copem say season ba na we na Arsenal supporters say declaration catch them say full support monta team na chi say team ni be here ni nyina so ejina mo so eno ensem ni bia yet say edi efina so ye enso eba ma me Real Madrid na yen kobon komo kakra na eno na me catch say Real Madrid for no na jo eno me ko Pamplona na fei o ma kwa kwasi akai na wonim say boys na eba no ye hwe when dey come am training grounds so boys na ebe pack o mo cars e wo training grounds so ye koya oh na unim say supporters na the banner kesi akọ ho na banner yi die na ho boys na the cars ni twam a na banner na ebo ho the cars ni twam bon say banner na ebo na banner ben a na yakohwe ya Vinicius Junior ene Kylian Mbappe omumienu ana Real Madrid supporters na aye banner ediamam so omta omachi de ebesi bia mam usuro kra Real Madrid enso eta omachi ye pa well anyway boys na ekoye training ehia no na wonim say training no din house and the eterness still no ano ne nine emuwie no mpanyifo se 1 week onkwetine kire from Real Madrid training ground say na yankobon komo kakra esan se eda militao yenim se we pra wanye training Rodrigo Guashi de ye won se no ne physio fo no enso enam achirewa na individual training and Rodrigo Guez so join on television so Rodrigo Guez no Real Madrid na and also air training Jude Bellingham and training Dean Lawson the kind of catch us still no on fully fit apart from that there obi okay ain't see on training here and Madrid for and so eco far plane and omo Pamplona and run na Joe here as a good year. Here Pamplona hono supporters look go just airport what air train Real Madrid then some kids away to Madrid in here now Mama Madrid for fans Vinicius Junior drew one wow master ni panu ko go Vinicius Junior so timu za vini no na saying our support brutal ain't Vinicius Junior na any Madrid team no and Andrew airport among for and so Emma Madrid fans no na unim say Abelua a church and some mu bebre na Abelua say here adia to Vinicius Junior no okaso imagine kra no a ontimi ono wababo ni bi pen wo hu senkofo edidi na tembe bre penemom se obi bedidi na tempa na se obeti se obi edi obi atam ade ne kala afro ni pakro so ya do de sebi antria chese entwa ye bako kro se sa de ne de e wo se UEFA anim ya punishment bia na e wo se de ma sa ni pakro no yen so enfama sa ni pakro so obo Trent Alexander-Arnold apaso essence obi with Trent Alexander-Arnold quality ho and the boy and so Edema Madrid was it Jude Bellingham so still no one on your fit or see Jude Bellingham or here Jude Bellingham Real Madrid team no say obi bekas own challenge say ba kokra farmer Jude Bellingham na Bellingham embe born on so kobe oh Ose Bellingham on here no team no na very unfortunate say still no one Bellingham and so entimi and radio betimi sakan and so Edema Madrid and as training ba ko Eben say what's here Asema Jose Mourinho e kan fa Vinicius Junior ho and also hwe you bet me can is obia wo ho kwan sese o kan de o kan inti se Jose Mourinho aka bibia asam na anya Vinicius Junior de so prese o twam onka asam ne bi wo de ye fa nche no na mom obia wo right sese o kan de o kan na mom ono so abelo ano o insist se saade bia fa racism ho bia no ani ho kwan se etimi yeso so enso e football mu na make us ansem way the other kind mommy Preston here with him say no nkofo bi website bi just your boy na share ma Madrid edi share ebon edima Benfica community Madrid na no ball no with him so mo ko osin jesi no na obi ba so be €1,000 edi abefa jesi no enti oya so all tuana na man for starting say omu didi website for your terms about hey obi aba allegedly wakoka chiro bi say bi oya ato ya mo so sa na ma no so and yes website no mu close website da wani manimu no a na no na emu and UEFA for the document say and come Benfica say Benfica for mo fama mo player Prestiani na on be church me san say yenya video evidence bia na all can be and the actual Vinicius Junior na mami ncham ye mami sa so benya sa video no e dia mamia na video no there video way na aba UEFA for edekoma Benfica for say mo catch no mo hwe na no ye na boy no so e woni nchire mo de akoma UEFA na Prestiani say no kre say odi Vinicius Junior atam sebi so ka catch Vinicius Junior so ye gay and also cancer Eric Vinicius Junior. But says one pass or catch a Vinicius Junior say Vini sebi we are doing it or so one can it me patros say testimony na a brand here for the Pestiani koye no different from the ordain na no eshe na tadie no or kan ye no and no the inye hu so or kan sa and answer one kasa there will video evidence na UEFA for Kobe sa boy no say no cre and the statements are or the Vinicius Junior tamba say pass or catch a Vinicius Junior say so are doing it or say one can for Article 14 sebi sa statements and we hear our park so a punishment ebeba into UEFA for no kwaya sa punishment man and now the mama Prestiani but say ade anasa nya do ne de yesem panyifo no enso guso mo ye investigation na lawyer ba ko sorry say ha UEFA for you investigations ni wie na ekoba say boy akwara for the Prestiani one can't have Vinicius Junior say Vini oya ade ya Kylian Mbappe ye do be court Bob ho almost say can't Kylian Mbappe say court the otwiri mu tan obeko essence we Mbappe we are dying and I will say akure catch Vinicius Junior so I do 5 times say you for your investigations ni lawyers for say cratchy akwano o me cheche me sense wo gu akora no hu fi wa say akora no poto Kylian Mbappe enso embe cheche mti say asam no de me say enya nan ba ko kra ye go so update bi aba ye wan sam enso ed babra me ka Kylian Mbappe nsam na 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 me ka cheche say oni page ntokwa no so ye nyanko wie ye esan say and once and send me catch us court a catcher PhD send a website one on publish it in some way see or court in your court ruling on Fanton website na PhD for no catch a Kylian Mbappe so almost Serrano Kylian siasema you na my publishes had this and say quote a website on your going when you was a jai who's a club no bob by you in Newcastle and a Kylian Mbappe say hey Munko ya court ruling na munye de moye munfa court website no so animu ya na page for no many option bia omde ahometie Kylian Mbappe antia se judgment na da page website enzam ewom and amanfo start a king kind judgment no na ohwe sika mama list na hade sika omutuatua de ma Kylian Mbappe nya asam kitwo $36.666 million sa sika na third installment of the signing on fee after 3.6 million be a paid leave on his bonus master now $17.2 million and also so na ketua etua man April May June sika kesia ye tua de man Kylian Mbappe ni nyina akọ agogu website say Kylian Mbappe once say PhD won some bebre Anra Luis Enrique and so kwatena press conference say and central for Eben and say Vinicius Junior some no wate na wo bibi kan efa sansam no na papa no ha hwe video no a ne question ye bisa no timu say instruction ni bisa no question na say question we asa o high adwendo wo hwe ne post no a o wi na oyi ano say nsam a mo keka bebrebe nyamfa so bie ni so o say nya important se boy na be apologize so we ase muntwa so ase dede no dos we ase too much sansa o say ehu hia o say ne we sia ye nanim na amanfo na Luis Enrique obeso kire say also racism so na say papa no say ntisa but ase mfaso bi ase dede no dos too much.
Ce que je peux dire sur ce sujet, c'est rien d'important.
Eyi anana manfo start asodie si ne so pruta sa papa master ye ni abre wiase nyina ni abre e ka racism nsam a owe wani mu a wo dey answer question na chese ye ni abre ni de wani ye mbre kra no ansam a eno so afi papa no enso aso ye eba ye to aso na menfa stories a wo from bro mama Liam Rosinia say he strikers de ogina park so a obi apese o shego obi apese o ten no shoot ne man fans na mom ono ne striker enye se goals nkwa na wo se wo show wo se dabi onya ne niam sa also de wetimi aka ne se ohwe na ohihye ne tima e wo se 11 players mu nyina ye attack am ko attack bi ye defend a mu nyina mbe defend bi into also ohia striker se game no ye ball na ball ni wa wo be ye ten I was so ban over defend I was so ban over press also that type of strikers ne bi no pe enu nti na brand se fa na Liam Delap no onye na dwen se oyi ne enso edina fi bobo ko ni mo enu American papa ye friend no papa friend Liam Rosinia enso asam no enu Romeo Lavia ball no obobi se de bi si esha obo se ewia Chelsea under 21 Omni Leeds United game no Romeo Lavia be ball ni bi na brand se na ebo ball ni bi about 45 minutes na na onim se Liam Rosinia enso ekoshe Romeo Lavio girechire ana na all monitor be place cratchy yi me hwe ne ye so ball no betimi abo na me mfa na meka sinya tim ni ho ana wa ye ready ana o chena bi onkonko pra inti Liam Rosinia no na nya ono nko a wunim se Chelsea players no so eko support abrant se fe no Romeo Lavia ne nsi oto enso ko pama ekohwe bi Tosina Darabia yo enso ekohwe bi Liam Delap enso ekohwe bi supporte abrantia ye friend Romeo Lavia nti eno ensam bia eno so ekoso na game no ekoso no wonim se obi kocha Romeo Lavia pass no si etwa no ha na Chelsea coaches ni yema se krai ha e dia no ha na Romeo Lavia fei ena kakra oba akwa ne twa ne se ne Romeo Lavia si kemu no na Chelsea penyufo no yemu ahye omo pass na akwa no sanso ko prabie wa na da meta no pei ena se Romeo Lavia se no ho ye problem be so enso edi ho eno ansama yete enso edi afi ho na theory on we say Barcelona bokuo no wa monitor mo won say Lewandowski kwa enye obia keke ena se so replace Lewandowski say Barcelona ehia proving number 9 na ball no towa na o se go number 9 na ball no eda ho onim se ne go no okata ni kura no a obobo na betime rapport mu ono de se ne suggestion no say strikers beat se Victor Osimhen, Erling Haaland, Harry Kane mu bi ena o se Barcelona enso ekofa o se ma Barcelona lower standard no kofo bia afofro keke bia ma esensa Barcelona number 9 ni de omu ye striker obema omu proving striker bibia 25-30 goals a season eno bi ena Barcelona for enso ehia omu team no teni mani ya no Barcelona for enso enye wadom kofa bi emra de metene say up to now Barcelona City Council no license Barcelona for epe license 1C still no anu form Barcelona ye asemi e de asemebo Barcelona ehia license 1C 62,000 capacity na omode a support na after my come back against Atletico Madrid nebom de metene say still empanyimfo no se dabi na Barcelona board na se enye ye dia omo ultras no mo ankasa beto ticket e dia omo opposition baako na afei omo ba betena wa aye dede enso e dia matim ne sansa plus na ka empanyimfo no se omu ye ultras no dede no se na be ya Barcelona so beti enye the needed win against Atletico Madrid sa come back na omo epe e Copa del Rey ni mo nyame adoma Arsenal and Tottenham refi obegizam ye di kan e de din e dia mo wendra Peter Banks na ye say papa Premiership referees the games ni nyina ono ena show red card dodo pa chale watchna munya mumo nimbre Arsenal ni Tottenham no ko diagram play ba ko be di red card pe ya say wa ma 3 red cards afei yellow cards mako 72 tutumu se wey enche na we ni card enche na we ni card na team my friend Tottenham omanya new coach say na unim say na jo players ni nyina ekosia dinner na players no ekosia no de e come coach ni so obi ama hobi and the technical team of Tottenham Hotspur and the players na eno musia eno mo bobo mo nkomo na ego e ka chom sa fe na maba nyame adoma me first game idie monyere mo ho mo keka mo ho na fei mo koye bibi enso information say na first training no enso ekoso ego tudo the first training no enso ekoso na nyasam keto tum say eni brea baba pay the first game bia no ohye na obetinya sha Arsenal na no ne question amanfo so abisa no say ebefa na de den kan say Tottenham was be angel situation at saying mama ego to do no yembisa no say Dominic Solanke, Richarlison, Pedro Porro omo te say say yate so why complaints say aka just 13 players per senior players no aka 13 na sa 3 players you omo available na ego to do.
Solanke, did you say he's ill?
Yeah, he has some problem during the week with his throw, taking some antibiotics, but he will be available for the game.
He's the only one who's ill. There's not other players quite ill as well.
No, Richie is back. Tel was there. So others you already know. Yeah.
Pedro Porro, did you mention him?
No, next week.
Thank you.
No onya fit na man Richarlison enso e back no ensema yete enso edi efi ho yeto aso na ma Mikel Arteta na yankobon komo so e wa Arteta enso aso ye na ye bisa Arteta say unim say ego tudo say Tottenham new coach hono na ebebo na ono so omo game with Tottenham no ko hu ni tactics na obey den and so we dey say any problem we say season we esi be 7 times nti ono the only problem bia no dey watimi aye ne say omako way back coaching ejuma bia no a papa ye fa na ego to da ye bia no so ma analyze sa way back Juventus na one teams so manage nyina o so ma ye ni nyina nso munim de papa na eba ba yenko te Mikel Arteta as some of the first game of ego to do against Mikel Arteta.
Tottenham Hotspur knowing that Thomas Frank is in charge, and this is now his first game in Igor Tudor.
Well, I think it's happened 7 times already to us this season, so we are getting used to it. We have analyzed everything that he's done in his career, in different clubs, different formations, the players that they have available, and from there, of course, we will have the capacity to adapt in relation to what the game requires, but the main focus as well is on what we have to do to win.
Finally, for
Arteta enso eka na nsentwafo ni bisansa wate say Arsenal bottless word way obi aka bottless ane etwere Arsenal e de aka mo de mo bottle league ni sisi a and also no sansam no sa bottless na mo keka wate na mum ono any vocabulary mo debi there bottless dabi.
The word bottlers has of course been used quite a lot.
The word?
Bottlers. I've been used a lot since Wednesday's draw. What are so you're obviously top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League still. Do you think that's fair, and what's your thoughts on the actual talent?
That's individual opinions, perspective, and you have to respect that. I mean, that's part I said after the press conference. You lose 2 points against Wolves in the manner that the game played out. You have to take it in the chin. That's it. It's part of our role.
For you, what would constitute a team being?
So eka na enano sanchofo ebisan se ha na womte wonders for she uwie wo ko omo Twitter ne TikTok so mu huru sei na wo twetwe Arsenal for na wohu sa videos no anano so wohu na mom ye pon ye no womte wonders for coach Rob Edwards tested the message say team say we show mo league ni mu nyina Arsenal na nimbo ni bo o say eno ne ade ehia no enye de obi te nkofo na adimi na oto na odidi ono Mikel Arteta asem no odidi na tam debi the coach the kind in here.
No, what I read is the press conference of Rob, their manager, before the game, and what he said about us, and then what he texted me, that he thinks that we are the best team in the league by far. I'm much more interested about that than any other thing that I don't know who posted or whatever, especially because I don't read it.
Catch and say, oh no, any team na the best team. I know ni idea here no ye pa. We got data. Na no the emphasis be na was so. Mami Diego Dalot na komo kakra na say Diego Dalot. He minka so Manchester United legend na. Diego Dalot obo team na che brutal. Legend Diego Dalot. Na unim say Diego Dalot na ye bisa na say adwuma miensa bay. Ena ne ye din pa na say we say adwuma na pressure wo so pa. O say adwuma baako. So we are Manchester United manager. Ejuma mienu. So we are Manchester United goalkeeper. Ejuma miensa. So we are Manchester United striker. Also say ejuma miense. Obre brutal. So we are United for manager. So we are United for goalkeeper. They be a show ni edu atam na big abets na no nana. Eno nano didi onana tam sa. Or say ejuma na eden. We are striker so na niema nkoya. Ye di begu so say ejuma miense. Brutal. Now Diego Dalot so no as long as I say ono bobo de Manchester United or say Manchester United just here or no on just on stradi on hide da www are you proud of being Manchester United player? Hey, legendary.
As long as I wear the shirt, I will not hide and I will not play the victim.
The spotlight and the attention that you guys get, what's it like when you're, because you've been at times been made maybe a scapegoat at times, stuff's been personal maybe sometimes. What's it like for a player in today's game to deal with that type of stuff?
I think it became a little bit more difficult because of obviously what is happening online. Unless you live in a cave, you're going to be aware of what is being said or what is happening. My football career, professional career was all the time here. So I had to learn how to balance that. I had to deal with it.
No, they say what's in your man was but as long as so see kind about Manchester United so no or better was saying when debut sense if we say football no also social media no we are dying you be can fan who be obeti what is into the beer na a book place ni bia bem na mo no pa David or say maybe of Benjamin Sesko and or catch Benjamin Sesko say Manchester United now waba no wo se goal social media so na kwahwe de nkofo betwere de afọ meka cha say wiase mu nyina wo na wo the best striker na mom wunim na wo hie na goals ebia 2 games when timi an share goal the same people be sa catch say wiase mu strikers nyina wo na wasa oso sa asem we Ronaldo and a catcher no abroad Manchester United or say Ronaldo say football no the man Ronaldo catcher and say football amidi ma we that's it so the memo before front or say Ronaldo football the man no and the man Benjamin Sesko say we say goaler the whole world we no ni ball san far yen go tie Diego Dalot.
You know what will happen here? You will score 1 goal and they will say you're going to be the best striker you're going to be the next one. And when that happens, I need you to be the same guy the next day. Cristiano came to me and said one day, listen, what I'm doing with you now, you will do one day with another player. That's why I do it. That's why I like it, because I see that you care.
Free Diego Dallo and so ye banra me catch us Crystal Palace for Omni Oliver Glass na egu so crucial meeting na say board of directors na say Abrante fan Oliver Glass na onto so na onye na adwuma on say season e beba na wie a adwuma no so ode beto ono so be kwesan sefa so be ni so some kofa coach foforo e de enaba enti Oliver Glass na enso ento so animu ya na fe unless say we foforo enso e be si Manchester City for say 253 accounts e wo website o me delete ni nyina de free sense na no Manchester City for ne Galatasaray for ebo home stance wo kohwe ya Galatasaray for supporters nko an egu on so what e de na ekoso sa no afei omukoye hwehwemu a sa na Manchester City supporters ni bi na aton ticket na say he Sani me yanso so so enti yese sa account supporters na account o ma gini nyina de afri o mu sem se sani ma no omo enso so bio and I know na Sergeant Ratcliffe ekoka asam efa nipa no mo mfi England o ma kwotena wa asese o ma gi kro na boso ekofa sansem bebre e de abei ne da metene se na amafo ehwe mu senka the English FA e de tabo enso ebeto Sergeant Ratcliffe so nemom de metene se mpanyifo no kwotena se no so no problem o de e warning keke e na mo de ma Sergeant Ratcliffe so ontwa so Emane nka sansem no bi onhu se bebi oho no se bi okasa emu oduyie pa enti English Football Association no enso e de acha papa no se o de move on Emane enye sabio na ena Manchester City and Newcastle game no among force a big game if so no lie enye big game na edi how ene ye bi sanse papa aden edi no Newcastle club kakraka say money Manchester City be boa ye shem woto aden edi no na ekoso Newcastle for sa and also they be amoba City wa omo mistakes mistake inti say o metimi ashe Manchester City sa mistakes no mo ye na e was so mutwa so no mo limit sa errors no
painful defeat that we've suffered, especially at the Etihad. I think you grow from it, led by an outstanding manager. They continue to be the benchmark, in my opinion. I think for us, every time we've played there, we've made too many mistakes. Not massive ones. I don't think you have to make massive ones there to lose the game, but big enough mistakes to cost us the game, and they've been too good for us.
So I can ask now for technical director your friend James Ellis or say Jumano enye or onye bio and also Eddie Jumano and so Eddie Atuo or Sasuna for coach Alexio Lichi and also more central for Mobets and a Mokas I Madrid team enye papa it's Madrid team you here why really I'm betting me Asha Madrid say hey muchas answer no sanya cre or someone central for Debia Madrid team enye papa and so weekend be Madrid for shit. Ase Madrid for our winning runs our the game no more born our league ni mu inti sa narration na we say I Madrid for the sa no motie e no musu no mo bind the bi o lose o say ansam na enye no creda Madrid was good team inti on for sa mentality no go run the team ni mu kan kire o say Madrid team ni nya say Madrid for the very very good team inti also prepare ye for that particular game make Madrid and some no Nico Schlotterbeck ono and I made to say still do one Madrid for technical team Madrid for management still defend our more no Nico Schlotterbeck say yes omo analyze Magay omo analyze Dio Pamecano Ibrahima Konate and Nico Schlotterbeck omo analyze four center backs Schlotterbeck and Madrid form penny phone esusu say ono the right person ono so betimi esiakan and so ediamo omo profile ni biniama omo hwehwe no the same way and Nico Schlotterbeck and so e want Abrante no and so betimi abo Madrid ye pant nyame adoma omo ani Jude anitima ye fa no Borussia Dortmund good relationship esansa Jude Bellingham bae omo Dortmund for good relationship in some call for Nico Schlotterbeck Arsenal for the meeting say omo didi Rafael Leao ho nkomo esansa Leandro Trossard omo huni ye Gabriel Martinelli omo huni ye enti sa de ne yen warehwe before friend na mate sa Abrante a ye fe no Rafael Leao players se mpanyifo no di nkomo enso de akọ akire ye pa na mame Tio Walcott and then call for Mukoko, Yakobi Sebisa Madrid in Semi. Na Mwampa Sassay, send penny for moi. Na ye be some Madrid for some over premiership on the position by ya. Na Mumpenny for Tio Walcott, Timishan Yamin catch Madrid for say Madrid bedi 8. Yan got here to Walcott. Na Oria Madrid for the Becabiach and a Yepa. and also ready at one some and so at the bro and you're ready Mami Michael Carrick and Yami Antuma Juada Everton and Manchester United and Besia kind the kind Manchester United supporters ne party Manchester United camp a pro injury situations na at the same Messi Mount why ready that plus bang and they are available Michael Carrick.
Team news now looking ahead to Monday. I think you mentioned Mason Mount could be close back to fitness for Everton and De Ligt. Do you have any kind of updates on those especially?
Yeah, Mason's getting closer. I think we're really we're going to be patient as well, and we have been patient with him. So we don't want to push anything. He's an important part of the group, Mason, and we want him back and fit, and he'll have a big impact for us. So he's getting closer, which is good for us. Matt's a little bit working towards it, but as I said last week, he's a little bit behind Mason.
Now, Mami Everton for coach David and now also Michael Carrick about say or say Juma Michael Carrick abaye or Manchester United no lots of respect what the man is so buy said Manchester United any say no we see bobo any nay send Manchester United bobo idea or say lots of respect and war the man Michael Carrick.
We try and challenge for the positions higher up the league if we can. So we want that to continue.
How different are Manchester United are you facing now under the charge of Michael Carrick, obviously, compared to what you faced at Old Trafford earlier this season?
Well, I don't think there's any player changes, that's for sure. I think it's roughly the same players just about as what Ruben had when he was in charge.
I'm going to be honest, so I can't from Barcelona for training grounds. Now, Yanko Bonko Makakra and so ever, it's say FIFA and UEFA for Sebi, Mundrin football, no one say, or since a football, no person football, a fair, a pra every football, no one a born, a very nice. It was a someone space, over 4 days, no swabo say fixture si waka kan bombe bre o se fa so bia anywhere e was so Pep Guardiola and I to so aka se he na nse wate se nkofo ka se Manchester City e be wie season na o mo shet to so se he sa Liverpool season na mo tade example no so on one nine hu crowd that say City for be ka sa round no nemom o se kwan na Liverpool for so ball no there was no way now was some dropping points into sa Liverpool performance na motivating Manchester City emani timinya sa 12 wins no on the bounce and on say Erling Haaland no mo kasa on say Haaland roll to the bia o ma Haaland in begina wings work akra no fa ball from was fa so bi ni so Haaland number 9 bia no begina they bia the Haaland begina number 9 they say goal and na all share and so ediefi Erling Haaland wo and no en someone on so e kan no ni madweke say yanka say wate sanko for ke kan say sebi or arrogant and amadweke de bia we peja na beti o senya no kre mutwa sansam no so na Nico Williams enra wonim say bi na yas na ye ne ya no England o yas ko de by England ekwosia doctors for e ma doctors for no so ehwe na yas na edema no enra nwumre e na ohwa no flights no private jets enso ebedru ye na no de car ebefa no a ono aka or today a driver at about summer me a sansanal and run now let's come Bilbao force so air ball into right from the airport and a bus stadium also so ever supporting the team no answer etimi ewinye Patrick Dogu the metena say aka kete now our return since last month mo baby and Patrick Dogu enso a prime name yes any injury no sene nema na esikeka kwane de eye mpanyifo no se eye pa asa nema e flow kama enso ede ema no ensam no dɔso na emom e wo se ye disi na afei kwame enso eni abedwafo enso etoa so kama na Everton for se nyame adoma season ba na wie ya ombeba for Liam Delap inti ebehwe se edu wososo a Barca for so ebetiasia openyi kwame dela Ghana food till your monko man.
Yeah, na ye wan kasa oni pazo so birthday.
Why?
Enya mahoni.
Hey! Na February pa de. Chase Nyankopon said that in February for pa o.
Ene ye mahoni baby.
Oh, that's great.
Ene nti mame mahoni happy birthday. Menim say na de ayedi ase ni.
Hey!
Ene mahoni.
Ba kwame, ye ka say holy month pa no a February.
Ale de no.
Hey! A concron months by na concron chen February. Say David come.
I say na dey senti sana.
Oh, me dey Friday Friday.
Me away fa.
Inti che kwame ye twa swati February dey. February dey.
Sir.
Ye ka se bibi ye concron a February.
And them man contempt kwame
Kwame.
Mahoney,
Mahoney, happy
another
birthday.
good brother.
Oh,
way
great
back.
Great guy.
Charlie.
Oh dear. Bebo Dari waha.
Oh, how do you?
Oh my big nyawa.
Oh, David.
Big nyawa was watching Buta.
On say debut free. I do as unity Holy Baba.
Oh, Mahoney de Oyadi. Mahoney de Oyadi. Holy Baba Sumaminchiano.
Yes.
But dada mi achepa still in Mabuzo.
So or me tena da mi am ko sove o na mu se wa lesbia na fi de makura
Holy asako behind dine for floor go from or dine behind dine menu
we di akon ni nchiremu
he say o maybe san date or sisi say no na ade abaso nti ode bako eye for the stay no de bako so aye won komra
nti nkomona na de no chichi mra fi na Matias here after Matias here
holy say the abano no tenye mu ase bigi we baby oti na san so high for flow baby
na kra se bigi kra
mu ano akoda
na kra bigi mi hu ni
na
kra mi hu ni
go say ya ade aba minim da
na kra mi hu ni ne kasa ni bibia ene ko bia o ye
me hu bibia wande fi
ye ba cho be da fi o
Kwame ye won come
kwaku me da sina ma me nchia obibia na no pay de o he wo TV de o hwe wo radio matches dodo na na wo Europe ya ba be di hu komo bebre because we are sure say and now the coast ne be ba bonten amankofo so akotwa akodi bi ma me sha say mfem free England Chelsea ebo Burnley ene kwaku say me peke Chelsea bobuku no na me fa Burnley a sa two clubs we me for mu mienu say me hwe omo me analyze omo one me hwe quality ekura Chelsea a Chelsea team owo Cole Palmer or Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo or a lot of quality Estevao na me dey compare Burnley team a Marcus Edwards any players in terms of quality Chelsea twi Burnley for no bebre uye no to nchen a me hwe table na Premier League no na me hwe Chelsea position Chelsea order 5th na me dey compare Burnley order 19th fa difference ni mu twe fe no sa to nchen me say hwe two clubs are since 2017 Burnley team share Chelsea from 2018 ebe sine omo last 12 games Burnley team share Chelsea enti quality league table no baby at Chelsea da any records no anka wose sa match wi eni se meka ho asem anka wose me kata mani am say Chelsea kwose 3 Chelsea kwose 4 Chelsea kwose 5 because o kankakakakra Burnley ni Chelsea say ni emutwe by kwaku metia say minti mi mfa mi nsense me bon kase match we ni chenchina Chelsea kwa akoshe because enche bia no ye hu Chelsea boku a what na fie abra na okobo Leeds United na Chelsea what quality say Leeds na Chelsea either better position than Leeds na Chelsea what better record than Leeds ye share game na say Chelsea first 2 goals were taken no ma be Leeds ababa betitika enti se wo check Chelsea na nsen e wo fia emfa hu ni opponent a Chelsea be hia e ya Chelsea wo fie no ontimi convince ye mu bi enti se Chelsea be bo fia match sa onim se wo se ye fode ma Chelsea no obon se na Chelsea na nkasa akwa akoma ne ma aye din kakra na Chelsea akwa akobre enti ene game no me jitu mu se bibia mu ni Chelsea na wo se win game no me jitu mu se Chelsea a huge favorite wo game nim by me ntimi enye 100% convinced say Chelsea wo fie no se obaba ebetete Burnley bobuku na se ontete enura na me me research about Chelsea kwaku se one notice a Chelsea a 30 goals na Chelsea a no the first 15 minutes Chelsea are conceded 6 the last 15 minutes were conceded 9 so combine here first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes Chelsea are conceded 15 goals and half of the goals are Chelsea are conceded and a big problem in Chelsea because the entire season we are talking about a Chelsea club what conceded 30 goals but when we say 30 goals the first 15 minutes now the last 15 minutes or they are conceded 15 and half of the goals are conceded and the chair what they about say defensively Chelsea issues kakra mu bobu konim because we a team Now first 15 minutes oh consider goals a kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ team a ɔmo lack readiness ɛwɔ game nim because anke shake game ase a obia wɔ energy obia no ɛyɛ sound pressure ni obia so by Chelsea so what check Chelsea or tie consider first 15 minutes and to the moment our team tie consider 15 minutes no kyerɛ sɛ o lack sa readiness ɛwɔ game nim defensively and I say unya slow starts defensively ube make errors and I say tactical lapses be ebesi Chelsea bobo konim defensive shape no and I say overconfidence se team tie consider the last 15 minutes a so lose concentration because on him say we and to be Chelsea against Leeds was the first 2 goals on him say we na Leeds are back team tie consider last 15 minutes a complacency. So what check it Chelsea say a pong game. Now opponent at the pressure good Chelsea so Chelsea inability to contain that pressure last 15 minutes no cause Chelsea and to kwaku out of 30 games 30 goals at Chelsea are consider no o combine the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes were consider half of the goals and Chelsea nankasa the problem no a defensive work no defensively Chelsea position no ma drop their abeto to fifth no there were matches be or defensive error, defensive mistakes. A quite almost so consider goals, no. And I'm at Chelsea, I drop a better 5th position because Ankaya attacking the Chelsea ni problem. Obi a watch Chelsea biano from Enzo Maresca, Liam Rossinia. 2 coaches on my handle Chelsea this season, no. Ome prove what they say. Yen attacking, yen crabo, yen bobo, and the Chelsea ni problem. That's the reason why the entire 20 Premier League clubs, no. Oh, come on, we created big chances. Kesiye so far in the Premier League. Manchester City ni Chelsea. Man City ni Chelsea now created big chances. Kesiye o Premier League so far. Omumi enu now created big chances. Baku wa kunkwa 80. So for Chelsea, say obe created chances in kwa 80. Echese omu attack omu very good. Say o ka teams a omashe goals kesiye in the Premier League. Top 5 Chelsea can be because washe 47 goals. Eye only Man City ni Arsenal na ashe more goals than Chelsea. And to say Chelsea attack here only problem. Chelsea last Premier League game or boy, you know. A Chelsea Leeds. Adia bakwa many Jim Pokrano. That combination between Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer, and Estevao. Sankabenya diamamia. Chelsea Leeds United no. Estevao, Cole Palmer, and Enzo Fernandez kweku. Adia mi muso omu ye ni say. Omunya central combination. Omunya shadow play and omunya close proximity. Na Joao Pedro abo as a floater. And if you na Chelsea faso create your chances no because already when you say shadow play no when you close proximity when you central combination and when you floater and it's a Chelsea attack here only problem by when you faso consider no and a problem for Chelsea e can who be na Chelsea air drop points bia eni say omo drop it she mistake omo ye ma list e kwetete ka no enti enfa woni opponent at Chelsea be shia eya na mistakes omo ye we chiro ho no na ma Chelsea a drop points be eni so omo drop playing against Burnley me expect a win from Chelsea Burnley boboko no omo de money ni soro wa consider 51 goals the Chelsea be hia na say obe flood opponent in the box no obe make sure so obenya more numbers e Burnley ankasa e final third na Chelsea etimi nya chances in their goals meko a win for Chelsea enfa won di besi no a win for Chelsea against Burnley. Manchester City will fear ebo against Newcastle. Arsenal with 58 points. Man City with 53 points. As it stands now, a 5 points difference between Manchester City then Arsenal. Man City Chelsea Arsenal. Kwaku se u Chelsea obia. Wona u Chelsea nipa no. Slow nantie. Se u turu mirike gu obi so a na opese o chi nipa ne kabo a. Se u dwa gu nipa ne so a eni se u slow nantie. E wo se o na ma odi ni mpo kra ye hye. Na wetimi ato achi nipa no. So in the case of Manchester City, se opese otimiji league no Chelsea Arsenal dia e kire se the matches aka ni na the first step e was winning the matches. Se Man City entimi winning the matches a ontimi nto nche Arsenal. Based on points na edem no e was Man City mum and Chelsea Arsenal omo dia hoɔden ni mrika na good results. So se Man City betime win the league na e the kind of results are if it na ekɔ mbenya. So playing against Newcastle, Man City obi expect win for Man City. so bet ma change Arsenal. One thing here say, we Man City ni pa dodo na support Man City na nsin. Man City team a yehu previously. Enye no bi ne yehu say which are facts. Pep Guardiola na nkasa won the press conference ka say, eye players are omo new, majority of them ye new. Omo nte say ni team that na no ma ball mo ho acha na mo ehu no. But there's one special thing about Manchester City this season. And for one City bobo ko no ye say, omo team ni nya hu no. Kwaku se uko Itihada e den so be Man City e wo Premier League ni. Enti se yes Man City team ne nya ni nyina no. Eye only one club and a Premier League no akwaje 3 points. E wo Man City wo Man City fee. Eye new team e friends Spurs. Eye only Spurs na team akọ Itihada akwaje Man City wo Premier League ni. And me no mienu ni obi o follow football bi anim say there is a history between Man City and Spurs. Enti Man City team ne nya kra no ni 13 games wa bo fie no we win baako nko 10. Wa draw mienu anu we lose baako. Wa concede 8 goals wo fie anu wa hye 32. Enti Chelsea Man City na nkasa ebe wo fie a or strong. Newcastle e wo mu problem this season. Newcastle have not been the best this season because injuries are affecting omo kakra. Omo results ni bi wo ho a enye. Enti so what taking Newcastle this season wo Premier League no yen say they are the best out of Newcastle. Eddie Howe a good coach. Obefa Newcastle bobo no wetimi a building a side that ombetimi compete with any club in the Premier League. Obefa Newcastle bobo no do say on the Premier League no by materials ni team Eddie Howe was with Newcastle no Osia Man City onsuro no Osia Liverpool onsuro no Osia Chelsea onsuro no by this season Ankasa no or struggle in the Premier League. And team now was saying no the reason why this season or struggling no in the midfield because Eddie Howe team now was saying no was structure to the level say midfield ne control bibia and say when you say midfield na na affect no and say midfielders miensa no Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes and Joelinton. This season a pra has 3 players no and you want me boom and the way we prana we are we be kwana we aba enti sa Joelinton, Sandro Tonali, then Bruno Guimaraes no yentimi enjoy omo sa because sa 3 players we no an mfimfin no set my friends say Newcastle betime defend ya eyoma enti so oba the back 4 na Joelinton Sandro Tonali Bruno Guimaraes mo an be sa drop ababa mo sa oma limited space e ama opponents. Set my friends Manchester City Newcastle ebetima control game sa 3 midfielders we so betima ye distribution eyoma betima Caribou eyoma se final third no players wo Anthony Gordon mo Votmada mo eni mo so menya surprise sa 3 midfielders no by this season no e pra edi omunya ento muntimi mbombo mu bebre affecting Newcastle team this season. That's one key reason why I almost struggle in the Premier League. Even Nyame Adum against Manchester City, Bruno Guimaraes out. And you most likely say be Sandro Tonali wo mfimfio, Jacob Ramsey and Joelinton na wara returning. And ti on say nya 3 midfielders na open no. And the bad affecting Newcastle playing against Manchester City. And recently, the last 2 games Man City in Newcastle see akani nyina no. Manchester City are dominating Newcastle. The semi-final between Manchester City and Newcastle EFL no both from and away ni nyina hu de new Man City dey Newcastle. Enkwaku onim de Pep Guardiola dey om. Obekai omo kwose Newcastle fie no sa 2-0 no. Sa match no okay say Pep Guardiola ebo Nico Reali wo mfimfin ho. Ana obo Phil Foden, ana obo Bernardo Silva. Ana de Antoine Semenyo to right. Ana de Doku to left. Ba omo attack a enam say opeso control mfimfin ho no. Onim say Eddie Howe ahoɔden ni nyina no. Eye mfimfin na say na nka Newcastle have Man City. Because na eye den for Man City say obe contain Newcastle bobuko no ewo mfimfin ho. By Pep Guardiola realize you know, and on Newcastle bono, obo Nico Reali, obo Phil Foden, obo Bernardo Silva, and no man Antoine Semenyo Dokunya, and move back inside, ebenya numbers, or the stop your midfield. Omuba Itiad, or show me 3-1, obo Nico Gonzalez, obo Phil Foden Wumfimfio, and obo Tiani Reinders. Oye no ano obi mu no, ano de abrante Francis Onyomunya, esa ba inside, and obenya numbers, or the 3-1. So you most likely say Pep Guardiola who say a Newcastle mfimfi ho no enya strong because of key players bi olusu no obe load mfimfi ho and to playing against Newcastle you most likely say ene Yebenya Rodrigo Cascante in the midfield, Tijani Reinders and Bernardo Silva. Now we use Semenyo on the left side, for Foden on the right side. Nasa 2 players, Nasa movie about the Tijani Reinders Mumfinfio. No my nipa 5 over the central midfield area. Now we use O'Reilly. And a branch defense Matthias Nunes. No much stretching Newcastle Bobukuno. Advantage Manchester City. I see Manchester City say a struggle, a very difficult game. By Manchester City standing tall against Newcastle. So advantage Manchester City. So Man City winia. A honey no obey him a wono e de akọ Arsenal for so because Arsenal so cause Spurs. Kwaku Arsenal ntimi afford say obe lose game we are no be draw. Emboa Arsenal. Arsenal last 2 games about boni nyina ya we. Ni nyina wontimi win ye. Against Brentford then against Wolves. Ni nyina ya we or say kwa we bi. Enti Arsenal ntimi afford say obe lose sa game we and obe draw. The moment Arsenal be drop points ni say kukuro e say creating unnecessary pressure on Arsenal. Onim say at the Crontier Wolves there no oko drop points no pressure by I am normal because I have 5 points. But what's our come as Spurs e showa na gab na aba be narrow enti pressure ne be more. I want was Arsenal you very careful. So what check Spurs this season na enko you. Spurs the 16th. E kan hu bi no mo pamo Thomas Frank and no makofa Big Adamfu Igo Tudor Edinaba. Kwagu unima de bi. Igo Tudor you coach ba kwa onye top coach. But there is something special about him. And sad de na special no. The last 5 clubs our coach. Juve, Lazio, Olympique du Marseille, Split and Verona. The last 5 club no, the first game you win it. You go to the last 5 clubs our coaching on the first game you win it. And also a specialist in short-term fixing. So team air come from and say I want ba short-term no confana no about be ye kakra di amount. Say Newcastle for a Spurs air kwa huchiri. And also am compare specialist say short-term obetima fix and I'm cover you go to and in the last 5 clubs of our coaching, the first game you win it. And to match no enkoye easy in farm Arsenal bobuko no. By me till we interview and now boy you go to no. Or say obaye no or injuries back 10 and I want to camp. Players senior players for me available 13. And to injuries ha Spurs bobuko no. So injuries or 13 available senior players are na injuries back 10 the world Spurs camper. A better thing to predict Spurs a lineup. Mean predict it. But dear meaningful you go to the one say. The last 3 clubs of our coach, being it Olympique du Marseille, Lazio and Juventus, 95% of information here 3 back. 95% of information we use now a 3 back. So playing against Arsenal, me who say 3 back enye me nwanwa. The toswo on set time na you go to the player, no a defender. But be a coach, only defensive oriented coach. And so one person interview with a Tottenham or media team no or send a ball no or person bono a attack a all players that want some more attacking. Or pesa aggressive style of play. Intensive football. Say a J ball and yam for ball in coast speed. Yam put pressure on the ball. Your decision was you take was say quick. And to be open in time, Mujaba mun running time, mun release ball in time, mun true me can't time, and your pesa intensive football. No. By few days, na pay thing to implement this. Any problem kakra me war with Spurs team no. Say coach next time no bet me implementing in time, and injuries na was personal. But wow ni new manager bounce a taifa, and I go to the so the first game be otai wini. In 2026, new man fan from Arsenal. And no cre 2026 we about 8 games for Premier League. We win 3, I draw 4, we lose 1. Possible 24 points. Arsenal team ya pick 13 and we 11 akwene, which ain't good for Arsenal as a club. By Kweku, I will repeat this. Now no me kai. Me say sisu bi. Arsenal situation o mu no. Enya afi na atete be change tactics, there be. Enya afi no be change formation. and you feel no be change the system. Arsenal needs mental toughness. If you say one enko situation kitu emuda. If you say obi challenges. On now say we are on top of the water. Imre bedru ubenya some few challenges. And say when you say challenges na, e dey na obeyi a ubetima overcome sa challenge no. Enya dia Arsenal here. Arsenal here new tactics. Arsenal here new formation. Arsenal here new style of play. Ball no more, players no more no. Tactics no more use no. Set pieces, counter, long ball, yen form triangle or wide no. Sa ball na no die Zubimendi mo ye, Declan Rice mo ye, Bukayo Saka mo ye, Victor Gyökeres mo ye no. And one was mo ye. By challenge kitu ebi na aba. Enti sa challenge na aba no, ubetima overcome. And asa ma challenge na aba show so. Na edidi umwama etimi aso presso na untimi win games. Enti Arsenal be here mental toughness. At this particular moment, I say challenges kakra na ba no. Challenges ni yedey. One, say Arsenal e consider late me boa. Late no mo consider no. Omone Manchester United time na Manchester nya winning goal no. 87 minutes. Omone Brentford boy no. Ekwaye draw no. Time ben na Brentford for Eric Omoka 71st minute. Omone team friends say Wolves boy no. Time ben na Wolves for the Omoka ebe nya draw no. 90+4. And one challenger Arsenal face 2026 so mo consider it a challenge back. The atoso year 2026 only Liverpool board draw. Only team friends and Nottingham Forest and board draw. Some matches no one create chances. Otimi share there be and year 2026 no go somewhere den kakra dia momo. And sa let goals or mo consider any goals or muntimi share no. Any few challenges are Arsenal nya and yes Arsenal nya there. Obi no betima catch him say Ateta nyade. Obi no betima convince him say Arsenal team ni nye. Obi no betima convince him say Arsenal assistance no mutim na collapse there be a few challenges because we are say uye ni pampo kra na o kona u win ni nyina no ubenya challenges kitu abi but our ability to overcome that challenge no and sa pressure no and the most important thing. Anti pressure na aba no I was say Arsenal nya sa mental toughness. That's why I was say we nya leader. So oche Arsenal team nim nyina na okay at the time na Chelsea dominate Premier League. Manchester United will dominate no. Se omunya sa challenges na pitch ne so no ya no mu individual players bi omu act as leaders. Entifane say echiri ho no obetimanya John Terry obe act as a leader on the field. In Finfi obetimanya Lampard bi attacking third obetimanya Drogba. Sanity. Ba uba Arsenal team wa on the field no leaders no ni ho a o Ateta on so wetima act as a leader. It is say na pressure ban e wo so omunya leader bi na omutimi yi sa adwene di from team say Arsenal de onbebo 2 league no se o ma sa de ndi team na kwaku wentimi anya mfi team a top pressure de ma and ma catch you say football na ebebo no e ya adwumadwumo ma me use this example for ma it is said the biggie enya kodonkwa bi a okwa fa match no na e se biggie team say ababa wo wedi e say obi antimi mfa na ti nka fo mu oti ase enti onya sa adwen na match ne seti a obo match ni nya adwen mu no psychologically why you defeated enti e affect wo modern bo won so because e adwen madwuma na aye no sana football tie se football onya di show team say say yes match we dey mean to me win pressure wo me so yes time bia me boto na o ma ne to team na e affect wa uko gina pitch ne so the pressure be to so wo benya bad results.
Big example no eno na yesi saa no uje mu ntem no nti eno ne ye wa bottle adwuma no
sana agranti enti
saa so na ba football ma wa bottle
good.
Okay.
Enti wo say Arsenal nya sa mental toughness say de enkofo kan nyina me ma ne nya adwuma enti udwe say time ana Chelsea gina mo na so no Chelsea ko challenges mu a na enkofo ka sa asem we yana na enkofo nka Manchester United na so no and say Alex Ferguson they got to a time omutimi epic ya no ma drop kakra na enkofo ka sa asem no Pep Guardiola be for Man City so omutimi win ya no ma drop kakra but na unka so be bottle because no more sa ability to overcome sa pressure no by Arsenal the as a to so into ma sa de ndi omutirim na affect you on the field and there was so overcome say Arsenal to enya that calmness overcome sa de nyina playing against Spurs e was Arsenal but mu ko lose sa game we and mu ko drop ya and the ba affect Arsenal on the field of play. Nottingham Forest ni Liverpool. Nottingham Forest kwaku game we be match pa hu Nottingham Forest person avoid the relegation because Nottingham Forest and they or the 17th position on the league log or person avoid the relegation. And it's what checking Nottingham Forest Bobo Kona. On my last 6 games, we lose just 1. Abra wabo Arsenal. Wakwa away akwa kwesha Brentford. Asa abo Crystal Palace draw. And then I'm saying Nottingham Forest person mo avoid the relegation into the kwaku. We timia make sure say the recent games ni no benya results a ebetime na position your ba avoid it. And so we Liverpool na akwa kwesha Nottingham Forest. Now which league log na. Obeka say Nottingham Forest in there into omo nya de. But one show more recent performance now ho betero. And the Liverpool na nkasa no kra no pressure won so. Because Liverpool na nkasa last 8 Premier League games we win just 2. And we draw 2 we lose 2 we draw 4. And Liverpool na nkasa Premier League na say o kase o ye the best club. Onu mpokura no obre. And Liverpool ntimi nko underrated team a friend say Nottingham Forest. When him said this season Nottingham Forest ebe use 4 different managers. 4 different managers. Eshase with Nuno Espirito Santo, Postecoglou by, Sean Dyche by, and papa friend say Victor Pereira eba. By kwaku, me know me nim Victor Pereira very well. Defensive, combative, and coach are you defensive oriented. Now we use to counter. And the ball na eba kwhwe no. Obeja ball na dia ma Liverpool. Liverpool for mon prepare. Van Dijk momba menim yentwa long ball in fanko. Ba o che Nottingham Forest team na. Na ho odi ni nyina ne say ne sitie. Elliot Anderson ana Ibrahima Sangari ana mo begina the base of the midfield and in the front and the back four no Elliot Anderson na Ibrahima Sangari omo na ebe gina defenders nanim omo adwuma ne say Liverpool for hye ball no mo de ba nyen stop Liverpool for no yenjire Liverpool for no yenje ball no yenje ball ne pe ma mention left ma mention right se odoy wo ho sa brand defense Omari wo ho a sa players ni ebiem na afide o ma ye crosses no sana Nottingham Forest for ebebo mo ball no so it's up to Liverpool for say on betima containing Nottingham for no definitely Liverpool to turn your ya a win or draw for Liverpool uko Spain Madrid eko Pamplona ho no eya team bi eko ho a eya na wedding o on say omo ball na say weather no bo shot na ball na eho oho no e ha adwen kakra enti se uko Osasuna fie bi ade ba ko ye favor omo pa ye weather on so mo de ho no mo te enti omo adapt situation dada. That's the reason why this season on him say Osasuna win just lose 2 games per ofie. Only 2 games and Osasuna lose ofie because omo fie on se edene. Again, the last time I Real Madrid call Osasuna fie ekwaye 1-1. Based on Osasuna omo equality ekromo, materials ekromo, any resources omo that 10-5 chese omo ye team omo ha adwen. And Osasuna die anka wa expect say be 14th 15th by say Osasuna at that 10th or your middle table team based on resources any materials e chese omo ye ade. Onim di omo ye na me ti omo coach no what the story by onim say about 24 games e wo La Liga Osasuna conceded 28 pe. You bought 24 games for La Liga. Osasuna conceded 28. And what say trying for new the chair say, omo ye team omo emphasize on high intensive structure. Omo drop omo line ebe chire. So omo drop omo line ebe chire. No me use fast transition. And omo so bo 4 back. Na 4 back no wama Ika Munoz ana Lucas Toro. Ejina 4 back nanim. Na we use Ruben Garcia. Ana Aima ewa wing so no makoya cross e ama senior man anti Budome enti wo senior man so odina nim ho because ono no wa odiniti na ye adwuma o use ne upper body strength obetima battle with defenders enti time bia no mo drop o mo defensive line e be kire na wa expect crosses ne long balls no mo de counter ye adwuma eni kwan a Osasuna fa so esi akan bakwaku ade baako ana ma me gidie say Real Madrid elusu game we baako ye say the best away club was Spain Real Madrid. We lose just 1 game away. We team accumulated 27 points away. And in answer Real Madrid kwa away bi o ya de. Emma mi gidie. De toswo. Se Real Madrid for say ball no mo ball ye against Benfica no. Se ombe repeating the same thing Madrid in lose game way. Ball na Madrid kobo no Portugal no. So we say Ombe the same thing against Osasuna. Omu lose game we because against Benfica, you Real the team na omu ye calm under possession. Uni ma de control me yes adie no. On say Benfica for no. Omu bo quick football. And the team obo quick football no say oh ye calm at the manner. Ontimi mbo ne ball no open no. Osasuna ball no omu bo no. A high intensive football. Omu pe bibia ntentem. And to say who crab ball na oh ye calm. O say ni play. But also your wardens say also be faster. A suit sa team no. So me expecting Real Madrid team I was say omu crab no me calm. Because kwaku so no to see Real Madrid da. Say ni possession or ye quick or tie lose possession kese. Real Madrid enye team with the ball betima move obetima dominate possession. So obe use sa quick passing combination there be. Ne de any say also stay calm. Then again, omu avoid the errors in kete. Because defensively, I need a cool Real Madrid panel. Individual errors. How we leave spaces in between the lines, and affect Real Madrid bobuku And the crown first so opposite threats. El Diamo was Asuna. But idea ba kwa mini aje. The comeback of Arnold. So what's the Arnold by Assistant Yoma Bibre Diama Madrido. Akwa I said me check Arnold Biana and say Real Madrid. I say Tony Cruz over number 2.
Nice one.
Me Madrid the ball now no jinema.
I say small ball.
Tony Cruz over right back. How was this small ball the breaking opponent a defensive line? E one Real Madrid pound. And as a Sanyama Bebre, the Real Madrid bobuko. So Arnold returning from injury, chance yes onya playing time no. Every single game be an Arnold e changing your Real Madrid. And me hope say obese nya day because obey key. Venu na Real Madrid ko ne boy dene. Enti say emu ye den e wani ho a, why ne betima breaking lines no? E wo say yes a long balls no e betima breaking no. And Arnold be key. Sam Midfield na say ubenya Kamavinga na be carry ball no. Na say me won say to amani ni mo ne Valverde mu onfinfini e konyi. Enti Real Madrid me expect a win or draw for Real Madrid. Barcelona e ball 20. Kwaku. Barcelona enti min draw point o. There be. Eni say see. Real Madrid was 60 points. Barcelona was 58. A 2 points and a separate Real Madrid and Barcelona. Already Barcelona elusu against Atletico Madrid. And okulusu against Girona. And to playing against Levante dear. No disrespect to Levante. But there be Kwakumi who say BC. There be NC. Barcelona be funny win. Barcelona be funny win. Levante team no Kwaku. Mijitu. Omundayi. But what's the deal? Sa team saying kitten no so na have Barcelona again.
Yeah, correct.
Enti Kwaku match we dia me ha me hu bebre. Me expect Barcelona so be winning just to put on the chase. Say omede Real Madrid for competition no. Embe de. Fan say 2 points the dem sa na ye de kobo classico a. Who ne saying?
Kenya bado.
Say 2 points in dem sa to for classico no.
I think say can mum ne pay.
Eno mum ne wo say.
Ema classico de moide.
Good. By bana classico na se ba akwa twima. Enye de. Enti playing against Levante there.
This weekend you mienu nyina nse.
I was so mienu nyina nse.
That's fine.
Barcelona Levante the analysis be na be. Me expect Barcelona so also win be 3-4. No mutimi say dey build your confidence no. Uko Italy Roma a half of final win for AS Roma. AC Milan may go straight win for AC Milan. And I call Germany so a Bayern game no. May call Bayern win over 1.5 and I call France so a PSG win over 2.5 kwaku.
Biggie Yanansie senior.
Kwaku. Kwaku ma mention here from Manchester City in the Newcastle game no. So also these two teams Manchester City, Newcastle. Now you between these two sides. When I was or carry the day, definitely you are going to go for Manchester City. These are the reasons. Pep Guardiola as a coach, any coach I find say Eddie Howe. If you are looking at their performances in the Premier League, meetings, Pep Guardiola stand tall. Kwaku. Pep Guardiola, Pep Guardiola winning Marco 17 wins. And a Pep Guardiola war. And a 2 IND in a draw. And a coach a friend say Eddie Howe. And so I win it 2. And out of the 21 meetings between these two managers, Pep Guardiola, I was 17 wins anyway. And definitely, so Mumi Lubaba be share at this moment. Now you be say Yibako. I will be just the victor. Me assure say definitely the about my Pep Guardiola. Aside that, maybe a Pep Guardiola Girano. A man the coins or best science or drop points. Debbie, imagine meeting Obia Utimi Shane Dada. Obia Wata Bono. Obia Washane Dada. Now also competing for the Premier League title. Last season, Nani Pado do wanna feel Pep Guardiola beji the English Premier League. But Liverpool and the onslaught a surprising Obia. The both Premier League season we na Liverpool ni onslaught the call. So if there's any other opportunity, Pep Guardiola benya not be picking the title, it should be this season. That is what people expect. But then again, don't forget say only Obia. Ono for the past 3 seasons, who the most consistent team in the Premier League. Ono ne pre. Arsenal Bobo. Arsenal win game our bebo. But from time make up be Premier League no. Every game be Arsenal bebo. Every game a Manchester City bebo biano. Or be any to ten young kudim. It Pep Guardiola no win baby Ojina says here. So to me winner, we're closely gathering between only Arsenal. I'm an about beka 2 points no. And man quite Pep Guardiola beka drop points at this moment of the season. Aside that, the last 10 meetings between Newcastle Bobo and Manchester City. Manchester City are winning Marco 7. And a Manchester City Bobo are winning. One are ending in a draw and a Newcastle are winning just 2. It is from all these fronts. And Yamako Yedima Manchester City Bobo Kono. City at the start of the season, no one problems. But so watch Manchester City. It looks like say it is becoming a near perfect team. I am not saying it is a perfect team, but a near one because problems are not hinder the performance of Manchester City. You know, it looks like say Pep Guardiola and Manchester City in penny for our solve our problems. The problems near there. At the start of the season. Oja Manchester City by first 10 games on boya, especially first round in more 10 games in Mpoa. And then go Haaland and Nikita Manchester City Bobo Kono. Man City bo game, na Haaland and she gola. Ding the Manchester City Bobo Kono so benya win. Very difficult. And today bia, I am not the aqua say was a pressure about Haaland too because he needs to score. There were games that Haaland then to me and she go. Once you go to Manchester City and win it. There were some games once you go to City draw blank, they didn't even get a goal. There weren't other players and I'm to me rising to the occasion. No man ya go the Manchester City a bobo kono. And Obian Kaishe Krampo in that first round. That game against Tottenham was a typical example. Pep Guardiola tana no hu se derby. Manchester City bobo kono be hia moa. E moa be na City here. And one City here and say Haaland benya moa. Haaland benya moa dia ben say ye ne de boa Haaland. Ye share English Premier League ni moa. One of the players almost so body was ropa. No more numbers e de come board ho ya Antoine Semenyo. Let's bring him in. No more support Ellen but Haaland. On days we be den dia ma Haaland no. Semenyo can step up and then get goals for us and then we are good to go. Into attention any focal point no embigina Haaland nko aso. Pep Guardiola yes ade no. And it's working to perfection. It is already City last 5 games on Mabwa. Antoine Semenyo making sure so best stepping up in the game. No one goes. Haaland at the point on also called droughts and goals na chance yes ever. Defensively, na Manchester City were problem. Problem na Manchester City were the most trusted central defender for Manchester City na Josko Vardio. The left centre back. On also Baba be pra. Obe prior no City nya problems because obi any one man all feeling in well at a point now Ruben Dias nso ni ho e wo say ye pro bi ne de ne ba no ba be hye ho Pep Guardiola confirm McGahey. Look at the performance of McGahey. He's brought that solidity e Manchester City bobo ko na kire wonom into the clearly problems are not Manchester City bobo ko na the start of the season no Pep Guardiola go so nka or solve our problems no. If you are comparing that to Newcastle, look at the Newcastle central defense. Fabian Shah niho, Botman niho. These are 2 trusted central defenders. It's only option bia. Dan Ben is a good centre back, no doubt about it. But the partner Malik Thiaw. Malik Thiaw is one player I don't have confidence in him. Etoda, especially when there is pressure, when the stakes are high. Obehu Malik Thiaw or Fambo or look at big G3. It's yaka Manchester City there no. Some problems are solved. And you make Manchester City looking at purchases on my no. Newcastle bobo kone diane die enya that solved because omo ediom ba be shemu e replace nkrofo bi no omo performance na sign it here. It is all Malik Thiaw. Oya Dan Ben. Now when Newcastle central defense. Now Baba be sharing both Haaland. All signs are picking the goal scoring for Makweku. It makes it difficult to be able to stop the Manchester City team. This season, you see Haaland bobo kono last season that performance nenye. Last season, he scored 22 goals in the league. This season, I got 12 matches in a real season. No, Haaland has shared the number of goals, the same number of goals compared to last season's performance. Abro real season. No, into this season, 22 goals. It will league anymore. This is the kind of striker Newcastle bobo kone baba beshiano, and it makes it difficult for Newcastle to be overcome. Baby, I mean, what problems can come show them Manchester City at the midfield? If you have Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes is out or you're injured. We will bring that kind of creativity. But Sandro Tonali, Jolinton, these are two strong and combative midfielders. That kind of rigidity. I'll be here from a midfielder. A lot of pressing, attacking. BPR will be here from a midfielder defensively. So when you say you want from one, be near Lube Carbum. No, my yes, you want to make sure some stop Manchester City Bobo. I'm expecting Pep Guardiola say in such a game, Ryan Cherki will be key for Manchester City. Minimum Pep Guardiola a type so Bernardo Silva. I had now Rodri best started, but he should make sure who Bernardo Silva this season in the past. Now Bernardo Silva and Timin yes, you want from Manchester City. Say oh yeah, that box to box job. Oba as a central midfielder. Now operating the Manchester City Bobo Kono. Edding. He loved a lot of offensive duties. But in recent times, so watch the Premier League now. Me who Bernardo Silva or said you want to Manchester City. There are times or quite any company a bullying in certain games. Pep Guardiola man draw back. Ever boss the anchor man. No pushy Rodri mom didn't call anymore. It's the defensive duties now in the past. Now Bernardo Silva and this season or at this one of the kind of game in one, and it is making him a better player. And the Pep Guardiola prefer so about most of the time. But in field you want on more Rodri. No far Ryan shaking money. It is a game of Manchester City being a lot of creatives. Because I will share Newcastle Bobo Kuna. Because of him so beam against this Manchester City side that they would be found wanting. Say Pep Guardiola, any of the selection right. Na niyama ko yema Manchester City Bobo Kuna. I've already said in meetings between One and your coach friend say Eddie Howe. And the kind of quality of Manchester City Bobo Kuno e possess. Defensively, they are solid. Midfield, and I mean what problems kakao. But I believe that if you feel the right men, it won't feel one Manchester City Bobo Kuno bet me a year Jumano. Coupled with the fact that they are putting up that kind of chase on the Arsenal team. And at this moment of the season, they can't afford to draw points. I'm expecting Manchester City to say no matter how difficult this game is going to be, Kwaku also picking the 3 maximum points over here Newcastle Bobo Kuno. Chelsea in the Burnley game, a bit tricky. A bit tricky because the Biaya na yeka and after 24 tackers are Bobby Biwaya no pre. Bebia Burnley Bobo Kuno dano. The relegation zone. I'm the 19th. So what it means, they say the only team at Burnley yard here China Premier League anymore. A team my friend say Wolves, of which Wolves Bobo Kuno on that 20th. Into the clearly. Burnley morning in Swani. Burnley nyadie no kwe. Bakwaku, who Burnley if you want to watch Wolves crampa. Wolves know that last one. Wa pick certain points and you be one. So bet me pick it. That draw against Manchester United Bobo Kuno, it was so surprising. But if I say Ruben Amorim Nyadie and into the Wolves said to me about this kind of draw. Nancy and Cheye, look at the performance they give against the Arsenal team. Wolves now or that last no. Burnley just like Wolves. And so when you some recent performance and my hope and my crunch say a year and one you bet me survive your league anymore. Looking at your performance, I was certain grounds and against certain teams. Burnley Bobo Kono a draw with a Manchester United Bobo Kono. Kwaku Ewoni home. Or draw Tottenham or draw Everton. These are teams that are in the Premier League on any day when things are not going well for a club like Burnley. I was saying that teams with results over Burnley. But I want to me any other kind of results. Aside that, Okwawe to me Kokonya draw Anfield against Liverpool. The same Burnley now. Or that's your honor all one relegation zone. And they come out this kind of performance against Liverpool or Anfield. And so they draw a Premier League anymore. Okwawe. The last Premier League game, Aqua winning against Crystal Palace. Away. So this will serve as a motivation. And the Burnley Bobo Kono say all Chelsea home no. Say me away against these teams. Now me have good results, me have good performance against these teams. Me Chelsea na me ya me niema ye kakra bia. Me timi akwa konya results. And so was our game anymore. It was this kind of mentality on the back game to fight. It makes it a tricky game for Chelsea because maybe almost done. So Chelsea are complacent. No further say Burnley in the year. It will be to me any results over Burnley. Chelsea might be laughing at the wrong side of their mouth. Say you more game in the Chelsea Bobo Koni is strong. Chelsea Bobo Koni is solid. Yes, I am correct. But Burnley and Fawcett and Yaman Koye has certain few players. I almost squad anymore. They are having a good season. They are having a good season. On any day, I'm going to to any form of defense they meet. I'm going to attack Jaden Anthony. Maybe I'll make us a Pedro Neto look at this season, the performance. He's having good numbers. He's playing well. But Pedro Neto have 5 goals in the Premier League. The Jaden Anthony now, that team are echo relegation. I was saying, I only Burnley Air Breno. I was 6 goals for Premier League. And clearly, look at the kind of team of finding itself in. And the number of goals are washa. Except that he's an attacker or he's dangerous. Number 9 Fleming hasn't been extraordinary. But at least, also he has some good numbers in the league. Or 5 goals. Leading a team or more relegation and also that relegation zone. As we speak, our Premier League anymore. The Chelsea central defense has to be very careful. Players like this, you don't give them chances. And father said on Yadie, would you grow a surprise or be how? In FIFA, they have Anibal Mabry. FIFA, the former Manchester United player, and then Leslie Ogochukwu. These are the 2 players on the bar as a double pivot. And I'm a Burnley Bobo Kono. Leslie especially would want to prove a point. Koku is a former Chelsea player. It's when you're going to know about Chelsea, no, or better like a wounded lion. These are some of the players I almost feel say we had a lot of quality and came to media boy team, no, but they didn't give us the chance to play. It's anytime Chelsea Biano, he wants to bring his A game on board. But I trust the Chelsea midfielders, Caicedo, Enzo, possibly Cole Palmer. Sam Rantier will some be Jinem Fin no my Jumane de Chelsea. A game may be here, Cole Palmer, this game, so be pretty centrally. But a lot of the time this season, Liam Rosinia, because Andre Santos understands his philosophy. It's a person be partner or no. As the double base on the Caicedo. Now on the Enzo about number 10, no the Kopama flanks. And you're good and you're bad. But the NT America say me here Kopama centrally and they say Burnley ball now obe bono kwaku ombiem. About 3 back. Laterals never join. They can walk and ebe can one. They have 5 men at the back. Etinya do oba be a game him because when him so be ma Chelsea be destroy no. To be decided so be sit back. No I call for the long balls and then the counter breaks. It will be he will be to me a kita ball. No, I draw players to him. Or draw 1 or 2 players out of their liner. Now if they were attacking machinery, no, Jao Pedro, no, any other players not from no matter me a bobo na per results at the Chelsea. And then Nuntina Kopama who be here in such a game because it's that kind of creative spark at the match Chelsea Bobo and very threatening and dangerous. So back and also be pretty centrally a honum para na Jumanijana. I'm expecting Chelsea to win. Pick the 3 maximum points. But it wouldn't come easy. Say Chelsea nyane for no surprise me. But possibly a 3-0 win or a 3-1 win there. Me expect say Chelsea Bobo ko ni benya kwaku. Tottenham ne Arsenal no. A gamer. a tricky the Arsenal. Tottenham nyadie this season. If you are talking about clubs, and what's all my threat to Tottenham and you bine Arsenal and you bine Tottenham. But in football, so what share there is that new manager bouncer most of the time. A boa teams. Omo manager nyadie yamaneko. A new manager steps in. I got to do abano. Obe person obe turning niema around. Statistically, we have stats now. The last 5 jobs our pick as interim in the first match or win it. Aside that, Tottenham for the say, omo main reason into the far I got to do and say, omo who said he's the best interim manager recently, best short-term manager. Some man Juma 3 months, 6 months, but never unify a boy. A honor you are the best, but convinced with that kind of performance anyway. Now they are Juma man, that is where the problem is. It's such a manager. Now, the entire general so the fan or no, or better so be proved, especially against a London team, a derby, and no better so the mayor Sadiano in this particular encounter. Mikel Arteta a big test at the man to test the mental fortitude of Mikel Arteta and his team, to test the strength of the Arsenal team and then their willpower. Obi ababa be hwese chase na Pep Guardiola de ma Arsenal boboku no Arsenal betumi withstand there na probably Manchester City boboku no be bonne should they win Arsenal be bonya me ya no machina that is where they are going to feel the pressure and then the heat and into na make say a gamer you dey ba test the mental faculty of a coach and say Mikel Arteta and then the Arsenal team no they have the quality they have the men. But is it really working this particular season? Yes, it is working. But in the last few games, Arsenal Bobo Kuna Bono, you Arsenal saw that kind of sparker during August, October, November, now you Arsenal Bobo Kuna so kita. Say Arsenal team about 8 games to 12 so watching successively. This time around, we are not seeing that kind of performance from the Arsenal team. And I know now my man for Kakra wonder. Yahu Bukayo Saka or try to be trying in different positions, especially the number 10 role. The SND Emame, and as a signal at the mama and say, on you okay with the kind of number 10s or was na bobo kunim. And Ubia be dance here. Odegaard hasn't performed to expectation. Eberechi started well. But recently the performance the Tiana take from what is the cause? Mikel Arteta nyɛ here and nothing all try to find the antidote was our position no. The Tottenham team, one of the best departments of their team has been the central defense. The Romero van der Ven partnership has been solid and it has been good. But we are more problem kakai the attacking machinery. Richarlison about it is true. He's a good player. But play of free injury, can you count on him? So about that kind of performance as why you fit are consistent on the mouth. Meeting one of the best central defensive partnership in Premier League, Gabriel Magalhaes and then Saliba. I believe that this will be a jobber. As now they send a signal to the rest of the world. So mentally they are sound, psychologically they are focused. Say English Premier League number to me aje. And Arteta and seminar waka. So no social media no incident fan ho. They mum the fan ho say Rob Edwards catch and say he has the best team in the Premier League, you know. And then there was what and I say nyame ya do mechna. And they say Arteta chere. So truly he has that kind of team. Na de na ekoso abonten nya nasem. Say nya wasem na obe send the signal amobi. Say you are ready for the job. The NSS win the match against Tottenham. Never send that kind of signal to whoever is chasing you for the trophy. Say you are still in contention and you are ready to win it. It's as simple as that. Kwaku, Nottingham Forest and Liverpool. And one gamer, game name. Say a coach a friend is Sean Dyke. And they were no handle Nottingham Forest team now. And can I sure say, and as I'm confident, looking at the recent performance of Liverpool, how our team needs to pager in their recent matches now. Now, who the kind of style of Sean Dyke at the board the first round? Ebe share the 3-0 Anfield no. Come here confident on betting me akwa konya BBO game way mo. But unfortunately for Liverpool, on much changing manager. Vitor Pereira and a Baba Befa team no. Vitor Pereira no Baba Befa team no. The players are brimming in confidence. I am saying this because we bought the first game at the Nottingham Forest. First game no boy and against Wanya Okobo Fenerbahce. Ewa Abwe. Look at the quality of players at Fenerbahce kita. But two Guendouzi no. N'Golo Kante nom. These are players in Europe. You need more. Ebia Obeka say N'Golo Kante, Guendouzi, they are not like how they used to be. That is very true. But N'Golo Kante recently, Obia Washeni Bia in the French national team. Time I know what Saudi Union opportunity in the last qualifiers they played, and won the performance. He's a player still. Or what that top form, no, that's only more about. But I'm not here waiting me call for Nabachi home. Eko konkaye. Enya win noa. Omo te basma no omo come back. Asema only aina kai and say, omo duru one omo say welcome to hell. But born omo kobo any atmosphere no munya, any win no munya any there. It feels like they played in heaven. It is a player kokobo game. It was difficult grounds. No bano bekasa asemuya. They are gaining that kind of confidence, gathering the right momentum to face Liverpool at this moment. It wouldn't be an easy game. But so watch Liverpool so the performance is on the rise. Almost fair share of problems. Premier League game this season. But players be expected some rise to the test. No more general defender batches the Liverpool no. Not you. But recently, Coach Bayane tactically. But why we don't just buy any player, but buy quality players? Because any the coach system and the tactics be working. It's on the days the system and the tactics work. You need individual brilliance and quality to do it for you. Dominic Szoboszlai, Hugo Ekitike especially, the man who has been leading the lines and doing it for Liverpool, 10 Premier League goals in his first season. May expect to say this game, or before game next in a Betty. The kind of partnership on the Florian Wirtz building should work. Florian Wirtz wouldn't get it easy. Ibrahima Sangare will come as a rough defensive midfielder. Elliot Anderson, Bayer Juma, the box to box. And then Gibbs White, Ebejina, the number 10 position, not also hear the distribution, contribute to the assist. He's that kind of player. So when she goes in po, when you assist him, he gives you a feel that he's a quality player. It's easy. But Ekitike form, Szoboszlai form, Florian Wirtz finding the right rhythm at this moment of the season. And then the strong partnership on Ekitike air building should be able to destroy the defense of Milinkovic and then Murillo. To stick my neck out and say it's a Liverpool will win is difficult. But I'm expecting Liverpool not to lose. No matter what. Liverpool in Tenase. Now Nottingham Forest ended the double over Liverpool in a single season. I'll go for a double chance for the Liverpool team. Kakebi Juventus Likomo. Kwaku, one of the most exciting games because we talents in their animal. Juventus at the feet, Como at the seat. These are two teams who be a pre. So bet me a top spot in the Muna at least. Wakwakonya an European field of the football. Juventus ye ne bia no. But Como na Fabregas ashishe bibia. Eya fene ya kono. Ne expect so obeto aso de afio. But Fabregas missing the most important player and the best player this season. Eya wan Nico Part is suspended. The man to bring that creativity, assist any goals or 9 goals and assist from a midfielder. It's the kind of player we are talking about. But Juventus in Finfin Kefren Turam, Locatelli, are they going to give space in the absence of Nico Pass? So the other players, form also, especially when Juventus Bobo Koni home. Juventus also aside this Kwaku, the last 4 matches Juventus in winning competitions. We draw 1, we lose Mako 3. Luciano Spalletti as an experienced manager. Oh, but now what's about draw? That's what about Lucy. Now it's 5 matches at Juventus abo recently, and we be one man what me applique the 3 maximum points, and that's when you win. And the pressure be back coach and so. I feel that this is the time I say Juventus will win be over a team. It is a Kuma. It is now. I'm expecting a win for Juventus Bobo Kono.
Right. So na yabo bobo bon komo Ghana Premier League yebedi hon komo bebre na ensam bebre so elho. And bookie course no. Yeah, take a screenshot. Betsway bookie course no president yankwe nanfe yankwe here bookie course. Come. And quote number 1 na 10 odds. Quote number 1. J BW3 E39 B88E BW3 E39 B88E. Code number 2 BW3 E39 F1AD BW3 E39 F1AD code number 3 BW3 E3B 95F0 BW3 E3B 95F0 code number 4 BW3 E3C 2E8C BW3 E3C 2E8C code number 5 BW3 E3C 5822 BW3 E3C 5822 code number 6 last code for the day BW3 E3C 972B BW3 E3C 972B ano aye ene course no yen na yen mo komo Ghana Premier League says 5 points Hearts of Folk are hopeful weekendi media mabelus wana Hearts of Folk ebesha na Asante Kotoko Omeridimi image na say younger pulses ebesha Kotoko these and many more. Kwame, let's have a conversation.
Yeah, I think say weekend will also be another interesting weekend for our Ghana Premier League because nanka yenim se baby aye keka kwedie anka mediama kwa no mo ko menima o mo twim bai so wa cheke mediama ne last 2 games of Ghana Premier League we lose against Nation we draw against Aduana Stars e kan hu bi na ma mediama say points difference no ababa 5 no and as o man kasa so twetwe pressure e de mo ho ase ni pauti ahonjo a wo mpe ha oti ahonjo a wo mpe e dia so man na watwe adimu a obi enim so league e di o man na ye simple otimi lusu match na House of Folk ne kotoko nyina so a drop it na bibia ekoi na afi de all of a sudden na afi de o match as say o mo drop which are bad enkwaku problem ni say venue no mo ko de hu insenche ho no Samates Chrome no Eden this season on lusu ofie Samates en lusu ofie de tosumi no mediama so ntimi nko wini wo Samates fie entema game ni very difficult mediama so nim pa pefe passes o kolusu sa match we a wama ni opponent ni close the down and the pressure ba to mediama so and me share adwuma Coach Ibrahim Tankwa here with mediama team we ball my ball plays a crow more how am I very consistent with my performance and results throughout the season na kwekuye ba be league na mediama drop na ha me and say league no mu lose your man kasa na league no free omonsa because the omaye ni nyina ne points o mu twim no na ni say saade way to two so playing against Samates a game ba kwa 2 clubs ni nyina good coaches de bia me betena say me catch coach Christopher Enin asem tro say me say I just won't follow Ghana Premier League coach a osuade ba ko power Ghana ha say coach Christopher Enin anenye ne Coach Christopher Enin with Brekum Chelsea ba Brekum Chelsea team ebe strong Patrick Esi Edunie Lodamu Anie Zakaria Fuseni nie Hubert Jewumu ne sa squad no Meja Kefrie mu ne sa boys no amankwana mu ne sa boys almost say team Oko Samates JJ players atonton bi ba hwe players are no use Oko for players free Kotoku Royals mu no de aba be hihim Okofa be free wasunta mu ne san teams ni nya be hihim no de ahihye team a say Samates omo ball mo modern wo league nim enti say quality ekuro mo experience edusia o capito omo last game Usiakan Ronald Krepman ejinemu bi then again akwesi Sapomo then Emmanuel Esiemo enti with sa quality na ekuro mo no players kakran resources ne material ekuro no coach Christopher Enin etimi ahihye team a kwakwom ha adwen ewo mu fie enti be game na ye den dia ma mediama and adia ba kwa mpe coach Christopher Enin asem ne say se wo hwe na kwakubo se wa sorry gina wo say na already game na the next substitution by the boss and assessor game no and coach Ibrahim Tanko on here any introduction there why here with Accra Lions there why here with Mediama a evidence it's also another good coach Rebo ama Mediama fobo say ne ye ka teams are oka players or more perform very well Mediama ka ho and why nsa no e coach Ibrahim Tanko nsa no enti game back wa two coaches ni na very good coaches and two coaches ni coaches are personally me adma mo very well me sua na ma bebree from mo enti kwa kusa game we dey say Mediama ekolusu game we be ha mo o dey in a worst case kwa mo pick a point by defeat dey be ha Mediama bobuku no say Mediama lusu a na has we ni adim say Mediama wa krako Mediama wa krako on say initially na quiet say Mediama kotoko April ana Mediama ye omo calculation na kotoko be bo mu fiu by say kotoko de na film na baba ye has enti u kolusu na has ese brekum Chelsea a obe konkran enti game we Mediama lusu a ebe ha omo pa yi House of Folk ni brekum Chelsea kwagu sanka o hwe emframa pa e bo House of Folk na ene wo hwe House of Folk supporters nanim wo hwe Hashmi manima serious no anko wa be hye kotoko awi a o kofi akobo brekum Chelsea ade na wo so ye e wo so de ka ho na eye kama ba House of Folk yare ne ye dey efie ba ko ana omo nye consistent ye un House of Folk vision obi enim say House of Folk ene career game ne be yi na House of Folk akolusu ye un House of Folk wa che na since FC okofesi Ediana Stars no drop points ye un House of Folk wa che Samates no akwakosia Mediama no elusu ye un House of Folk wa kwa away na saa time Ho United den so be points Ho United fie House of Folk akwakosia Ho House of Folk betina fie na akwakoye fon one draw Dreams FC ye un House of Folk no wa set 11 wonders 3-0 oba betina fie with Bechem United na anwene ne se draw enti House of Folk no opeja no waba form opeja no waba form sips opeja sa ekosoro na aba form sa enkoyi enti waba sha Asante Kodoko no obi expect say ball na be against Asante Kodoko anka brekum Chelsea ofie die anka wo say House of Folk win but House of Folk kire ye say yen win into atoaso bebre no ompe asa ne create ni asa House of Folk create ni kura so be win atoaso by some person of the league we so win to atoaso e die na ma Mediama fo di kan e win omu win to atoaso na ma omu di kan ento je sanka Mediama e win no drop anka ba order baby order no enti House of Folk ehia say playing against brekum Chelsea se oso person o chase Mediama for the league partner brekum Chelsea game ni say House of Folk e bo draw kra e was over 3 points no kwaku anibra House of Folk de bebo kotoko game no that positive energy that mentality that resilience at the time Mpokra House of Folk eto from 10 against 11 no hwebo House of Folk boy me jitum se kotoko ne house a different ball game altogether by kwaku sa ball na House of Folk ebe boy no that attitude positive attitude that energy no mbe yusu ye no odo munya mu 70% in fambo brekum Chelsea game no be she di obeye okumase no eba mu yusu the same eba mu nya 100% on yusu 70% per against brekum Chelsea won wani bri Ali Mohammed ene Calvin Osese be the boy no how omo try say on betimi astopo Albertamwa hwe ball na baba de mu boy on the left side na omo dogo entimi mbobo no hwe mfimfin ho Abdul Karim boy opa fra ne mo boy substitution ba ya Ranford Benz ebe shemu Rafan Ponsam be shemu Theophilus Collins mbe shemu hwe kwan a at the time a record ne ba ye na afidi ebo ma oli wayo one top hwe kwan no nko press sa hoden ne energy no munyu so 70% mbo brekum Chelsea obese by House of Folk e wo fie no kwaku minjini di any problem no entina ma mintimi mfa me nsem se me boga se house be hye no any problem nko am wo house efie no because kwaku me calculate ade bi me hwa ade kakra bi no onim say possible 30 points wo fi house of kapeke 17 possible 30 points wo fi wa pick just 17 but me expect say house of folk be good resource asante kotoko young apostles ewo wenchi asante kotoko kwaku they say big motivation man na modebe ragim
so last 3 matches we win it no motivation na dey be kwame
dey dikai game we unim say be dem pa enu asa otie die yewura don fe kan wa
yeah
unim say young apostles in dey omoda relegation on person mo avoid relegation dey dikai enti mo person avoid relegation no ni games aka o feed no person oje points no because onim so okwa we abede enti the only way out for young apostles so beka Ghana league me say ni home matches aka nyina wo so oje points no de toso kwaku nim say young apostles ye say enyenyenye other relegation zone no we lose one match per ofie enti onya de wa we by ni fie ho de oya de oba league nim kotokonko ni fie nkɔhye no omko board draw se kotoko game nim no wa league no anyene ne se FA Cup wa frim we lose against us folk enti de na be push asante kodoko de na be push asante kodoko say was ekwan bia so memfa ni bre nkoje 3 points no and there was a push asante kodoko ye say was a players no and the technical team etimi redeem omo image no mo compensate supporters no kwakwade a ye nim guasesem ye say ye rua 2026 kotokwa winning one match wabo 8 games in 2026 in all competition Hearts and Sheno Heart of Lions and Sheno on lose against Wedro Blast we draw against Babiano Gold Stars we draw against Brekum Chelsea and we free one MTN FA Cup 2026 kotokwa winning just one match do share e baseke Holy Stars 3-0 into kosa game we are one kasa no o hwet de ekoso 2026 na wo hwet de ode yekotoko supporter no o ya abetam a o ye Kwame Poku o ye Seth Kwadwo o ye Patrick Esiedu o ye Sambo now o ye Kamara o ye Lodamwa o ye Wali Fuseni Nema o ye Donzo na mo hwet de mo makotoko supporters ne sofa na mo se mbeko wanti akolusu a SMA mo hwe yawo mo makotoko supporters afem 2026 anka afefo flow crowd anka ni sa ode yawo na sha ase by kotoko players in the technical team ana IMC no untimi yo munyi film IMC playing body technical team no yawo mo makotoko supporters afem 2026 no se mo se mbeto aso a ejituma enti se wo ko wanchi na house of folk at the 10 against 11 aba be show na 2026 what na kroma say ama brekum Chelsea no abebo draw what na kroma say ama Ediana Stars abu we frame MTN FA Cup na wo se wo be ko wanchi no akolusu against young apostles a eto jima enti o man kasa nhwe ya supporters ni fam omon kai omachi players ni mpanyifo ni nhwa de se omoma kotoko supporters ni nigi a eyi omo so de no ye omunya enigi be no omunya mfaso be because we ye hiubejewu o ya betam a o ye Kwame Poku na o kotoko supporters enigi o so mo wenigi because onam ho a ye chose ka free by so o kotoko supporter ni re ho a u player no utim na nkasa no eye to say ebebua o say enti kwaku 2026 a club like Kotoko no we winning just one match Kotoko say what are the best players or my supporters idia supporters mo from or mo buy mama mo say si form enti mo so nyambo etina de number yere ama supporters mbasa kogum ho ani ma se biem Coach Prince adwuma na so betima ye njai fa adwuma ne mfama we lose against us enya hwe ye dia to yeti against Young Apostles another opportunity for 10 in yoma say Young Apostles ehye kotokwa akwadie na mba ka biem say Young Apostles ehye Asante kotokwa die na oba be ka biem oba be pa acho ebe ya acho pa na biem
the season they say they've given up on the season
meti wase o by say no die sie no o say ko Young Apostles asa akwadie ni ngwase ni biem ana say die dru ni nya say I was compensate funds with wins league no FA Cup from league no gye ne be den enti dia kan matches aka ne say compensate funds ne with wins fanisa wanje hwe kra na mensa mani ngwase ne mbedonso se wanya hwe amoase a tie nsa mbɔ ne kro no enti se wantimi ama kotoko supporters ani anje nansen a dia kan no de momoni o de masere mbɔ omanim kakra ba wo se belusu matches ne biem yaku Oman kasan hwe de omaye 2026 no momfa nko wanchi de metima kan 2026 ndi omode aye supporters no eya na me feel the supporters no because kwaku se wo stadium ahụ na ye pon match a eya o na supporters ni fam no da ko eya na me pese bigi anka doctors no kotoko supporters na de bia check omo ebp after match bi anka ye check omo bp and show bi de be ko be 250 because after match bia on supporters ni koya omu su omu tete obi timi ka se kotoko kra no memba stadium biem obeka sabo nse echenu aye no ho a ubu na obeka se na meye ne dey ade no pe
sankofo no eti wo moni so eno anu no
o de omde ma kwaku me se
de padia na eti wo ni so hu se minim se nipa bebre no anu enkane no na omuti kotoko din kra na omuyem timi hye omo opade no ama but say eti ne ni so no ope but eni ni muti se enkane no a
dia na be na tina ni so pa because mo dia dida ate
no kotoko eba for mo de share reverse bibi ni wa trese ye bibi e dia correct wrongs no because any good decision they take today it will reflect in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
But as of now, there's nothing being done, which tells me in the next 3 years it will be worse.
Yeah. I perfectly agree.
You know, supporters, don't do na kwahwe bo we fan trasa because I didn't say
na ono ba konte na me customer supporters eya na me de me hu che supporters ni shoes mu no say big you realize our stadium ya pon match wi a na we say supporter na ba yiro mun ke bi maye yeti
ono asoso na o ka bi e de ama koto o ka bi de ama no a na o ka
no kra no na
ahye no otifie na ne buafu no osan so di wo century ni atam
na century no
mo na wo ha kotoko ye ko mamu nka kotoko asam century ka o ma no atum na kotoko ni nko yesu so a no san so ba wo ho
senti na ma ne fan no because ono no the emotions ana
enu nti ne ye ka kire o mo say bebi akotoko edru no da I'll keep on saying this say kotoko be san so ye biwa buga bi a chese koso be 2 years
tetiam konfo na so
master tetiam enyanko mpanyifo bi na so pa telling you anya sa kwam ye enkane no na nkofo bi check kotoko place omo check kotoko football place quality place free
oh yeah
because kotoko ntira agent bi no town the play the abre kotoko a lot of the signings are near kotoko fa because ebia ko ya bo season ewie na sa best place na kotoko de has of kafa no ni nyina nye kotoko de has ni tua yo agents bi no dey play na break kotoko
oh yo yeah
enei omo abamu obu omo akoteto omo clubs
yeah
what is it into omo aye omo ade nti kotoko de has na nkasangasa na emu ni de titru kotoko no say na musidi asha reverse anye bia has so da form de na mom has we japade bi o pobi man ho a o kaka kra no a anye bia no waye kakra na kotoko so e afi na motor wall and so wall na kotoko to no so no na mpenyifo no se yema mpenyifo no fans because auto wall kotoko wall yema na fans with TV so yanka say papa penyin wa ya de so auto wall na wo fie wo no kra wo to wall kotoko to wall yema me metin radio so ma wo fans hey master wall do the temunya de na fast in si wona mo fan we so fans hwe mo the club na be chira na o chese kware de betim clubs and kitten na mo te Ghana ha na say be with all due respect yen fa buon fa ma wo mo no kware de omo ye omo clubs so kware kwame de bia wo nko bechem de na bechem fu aye ho
adwuma agama aye no
kware de bechem small club bi aye small club bechem sika say no mo
say ukra ma say ukra me go for the agama when him say we say stadium I said that's why on the Avant stores for the
omo ye business so on set you ono no nya no kotoko ntimi angelic but owe japade date na bechem United ebenye sika ye japade clubs and kenze ko hwe de adua na ye omtimi ye japade na kotoko ti ha na adiketiketi yenya bechem United all see the stance no oba church so see man fans I don't know pettiness nkwani ya glorify niam nketenkete sa eno so ho asamba na clubs ni san me say omu san ho
so san ache
so omu san ache na niam ni bi ho ha adwen yanke kan ya wona munyai pettiness ni san niam nketenkete what is that
yeni ha say na bigi team kese ba ko wo Ghana ha say omu ko meeting omu appoint new MDB and I say penyon be lead team no the project and I say 4 years omoka je ze masa team we nye project and the
project asamu
sa tete for na you be you omo system
proper scratch and you see them
na me say kwame say na was the radio no me say sa omo tete for no omo ben clubs no a omo ma clubs ni ntumpon sa me say yes ye be you say kotoko ne has ni be ye ya we need to clear those people. If you say kone nimu no, you say kone nimu no, titimrem and then kane ni ye ni say, why ya club ni nye mda soto titiwo, uka kana ni buofu, uka kana ni buofu. And name 2026 na juju, aden. Why ye juju sama kotoko 4 years in ye club na nitini pepom no. Uka kana ni buofu, uka kana, baku bi mishana ni buofu sama uka mono. Kotoko supporters no muti abruchire kotoko ne hasi bebe ko resi contributions ankofo ye for juju kore me boa ko read the contributions a omo ye for juju na wo so ti abruchire na wo wata musika de ama obi say yes ngigi sika nko ye juju ko sha hasi say binyansa ben na wo what is this na sa sika no wo fa motivate omo bobo no
no mo jimala
kotoko ne hasi be bobo asankofo no mo clubs no o mesi cross because e ho no be didi pa
no je duro di chen tatis kwa ku na
ne duro no kro mo ye okoji sika na onko ye da because kotoko ne hasi me say kotoko ne hasi be bobo no didi kotoko ho papa ukoka o shawa na ne buafu me fa ho ben what is this enem 2020 me say sankofo no ontwema ho da omo na ye bibia o kotoko titiri kotoko omo house do omo na twe kotoko ne sign no kotoko ne hasi bigi wote chama solo ho
chama solo ho pa ho
wa emre
no office one on the nipa do se na ko ho
ndi se bibiri
omo ko ye den ho
omo ko jiska ko yo preaching ya bobo ye nyumere chama solo ko hospital
meteti sika bi a yes omutua for operations pa nti ni nyina no amfa kotoko anhye
o say ya adwuma nka o hye
ohu
so ko kan
ya o say ka kotoko so hye anka o meka so mujuju ni na ma kotoko hye yesu
And away come and she so be cast head there so few kwan will be down to dench.
So be kade.
Nti e bia na be half score and watch en kotokode.
Na ball na ye di eni share. Ball na biggie ball na ye nyina di eni share ya. House of folk ball 10 against 11 no. Emma a omunim football mu kra no se bebre na ehun se has a ball numerical disadvantage no. Omunya coach bi a oye enioma bi e ma house of folk team no. Etimi contain kotoko. Didn't know be able to do abaso.
Operation fund or for women.
They can't say, me say, born a boy, or be better say, maybe said, or call a hassis or Kojim webina, Obi the Anfano. Obi who said Didi and San Regiman has a winnie. Sure. And yet, baby will be quiet. There be. Say the Obibeka House of Folk, baby. But House of Folk bought 10 against 7. You may be or coin the money winnie. And yet, you may be a year or pitching so.
And
to the Adrian Coa,
and Tim no sha ayo mu Tim no lusu dia ye coach ni na team no lusu Tim ni sha dia ye mu juju na ye so for come 2026 na so kotoko ni be ye yi a se na wiase si ko no ye yi o mu free system ni mu a wo.
There are times I coach a G League or my discredit coach. So I'm on a year, Mama coach in G League. About coach Corona results in Inco in the Omosi and Pamu coach.
For coaching the day, Oguma Semna big.
Ogum and Papa, Oguma Semna big. Nases baby. Ogum Tin leg. Ogum G League. I say, operations for one.
But time and our results in Inco. Omosi and Pamu Ogum Yadi. And then they know operations for
some those people, eh? Me say make it say omubu afudi matam me mfa ho ho ne mfa ho kyena mo de mo koso kwa me
na ye kwa Africa na ya nye operation
o so kra o so pema o je jimia
na ma bi ta question na me bi ta kwa ye kwa Africa ye nya na
and now you
because anyanka operation yem for group stage say before they be our first round
e bit ma ba say work for ne de na no
omo de na no chiche ye de no okay saudi amajatum go to kone work ne say me obi frame je list o
sir
oh yes work players no
how they okoye
am ko operation
oh master e no
ewi ase no
okoye juju eti
ewi ase na ko to lutu akra
no o kaka and football in frama azan o muzam football na
now if they am from it mi ko bia ho na ko boka ya
mpa chomo maye ni mre o me say enura na me hwe team bi wa kra om de om academy e ko ball average it was a big clubs ni bi and academy games no more no and na me hwe sa na me say kofo ye niam wo
yeah
nkwada wo be less than 20 years even as the 21 team so these we ye back up a lot of tournaments na kokoso e bia na omone PG bi akobo teams ni bi o Ghana ha o onza wonti hu dede
debe wonti
ye wa Ghana ha division 2 clubs a player ko Barcelona ko Chelsea me boa wonti hu dede
wonti
makotoko ana has a player enkotwa ne ho loan bi kra wo ebia Spanish club kit bi hey ano ho yan ebeka ho asem 2 weeks isan say yekotoko ne has fo master mo me ni mre o ye be wie season yan che be start the JC baba yanka we anyway JC de na ye
oh yes
mo mama ni mre o na nkofo de football ni dwane o begin patch your rap here pen
Gogu
your rap mo se kwame
Gogu I am the right man for the job and you are not near the chile adwuma coach Prince Owusu
the sense is there obi ampa mo no ana
oh so being council be pamo but also your right man for the job Accra has to focus show e wo Kumasi Baba Sports Stadium ya father say what tip and so on had to focus and had to focus show nti no ne dan chen a we are right man for the job when Chile say okoko kire say you are the right man for the job because football na yenyuma me boa nti the obey wo park no so no na be kire Kumasi Asante Kotoko last season e ko young apostle to home e ko konya draw this season Kumasi Asante Kotoko young apostles so what do you expect last season the young apostles performance wasn't that bad but then your performance are ehu this season they are not so bad. Maybe a young apostles are dano and you're good for them. I'm not person almost San because they are part of teams that are possible to move to me call relegation. It is almost they say San Niema they would want to use Kumasi Asante Kotoko as that turning point. Imagine how motivated the young apostles will be. Say Niema nko ye na was San Niema no. When you be an Shena fans San Niema say Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That is big motivation for young apostles. It's almost game normally Kumasi Asante Kotoko bono. They are attaching every form of seriousness. But you Kumasi Asante Kotoko akwaku, and my fee said this year 2026 Kumasi Asante Kotoko about 7 matches were winning 1. 7 matches 7 were winning 1. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. 7 matches were winning 1. We draw 2 and I was losing Mako 4. It is all Asante Kotoko. Sa performance we any performance except for Asante Kotoko. Say a club as big as Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now out of 7 matches, only 1 win. And a Kumasi Asante Kotoko bobo kunenya. Depi. Baroka no nzusu wia. The summer game ni ehuna ya tricky ni say. Kwa ku young apostles so last 8 matches or no so win 1. It dey feel say we Kotoko ye no kre. Baroba 7 now win 1 am to mo 8 na me win 1 na omro me so. Looking at the recent performance of these two teams, it's easy. But Asante Kotoko will be on the turning pointer. It is this game. Obia forcing coach to say on win. But say win to be winning, you don't have to lose against young apostles or Wenchi. Debbie, that shouldn't be happening. For media Kwaku on the summer test game, I am foreseeing another drawn game. Yes. These are two teams a bad danger will be Peniaman and Yonko Sawan Shadow. Samatex Ibo home. They are very strong at home. Mediama on the other hand. There have been times I Mediama kwa away kwa peke points. Anyhow. Or back home no abesha or kwa away no ashe baby ah. Because Mediama this season league na yebon kwa ku lose 2 matches. 2 matches. And a Mediama lose. Or lose week 3 against Kaela. Or lose week 3 we you know. Oh boy, 17 matches unbeaten. 17 matches unbeaten. And Obelu 2 week 21 to Nations FC. From there, on San Lucy BM. But if you want to so bad, the last match he played in the league against the Diana Stars, now a draw. It's immediate Makwana or Kwa win on Peso Besa Kwa Lucy. Should have to focus win, no more close Gabro, and it's going to affect Mediama's chances of winning the Premier League. So I'm foreseeing another draw between Mediama and Samatex. Has the end, so I'm seeing a drawn game.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
I was saying I have to focus. But I have to focus seriousness, no, the attack Kotoko game. No. On first seriousness, the attack become Chelsea game. No. Some board also has to break certain things as insane come. On to me, she has.
Yeah, big ye. Motivation being na a change media me kwa we na ubofi.
And no na make no. Say senka has a share. Me boy. But I have to focus na me no. Kotoko game the seriousness no the boy no. At the South Real Madrid and Ibra no the ball Barcelona first round no. Because na la mi Yamal cassette yomo. Okay. Has for say Patrick Kessié do chombo zongo ball. It's no more back Kumasi ababa be chelo mo zongo ball no me be chelo. It was a different mindset altogether and a half for the buy. But against Bekum Chelsea, it will fear. Aside to has any idea of fear, maybe I Bekum Chelsea down and one to be Lucy game way.
But see,
I'm seeing another drawn game in that encounter.
May I see? My birthday wish will be happy birthday and call Emma Nana Yao Mainsa or your Dokuso any. Chinaman Confo at Edum Afrancho. Message way from Honorable Nyame Francis Jr. or your assemblyman Ewo Kentenchire inti eno enso eno nti Nana Yao Mingsan happy birthday. Kwame.
Well, go say Yanka Sayina a Kentenchire the wife. Sister Penny Pana say Nyame Aduma 28th of this month Ewo Pakoso Presby Church Honor. The final funeral rites of Madame Annabella Kuma Ewa, who do not friend Madame Anna. They yin a bit in Abasun Tinyami Aduma 28th of this month. Adopone, Obibia Mbeja in me, Enko Kadi, Yemame, Eso so yentimi nkɔpɛ no baabi ne yentimi nkɔda Madam Annabella Puma ewu adodo na afɛ Madam Anna 28 yɛkɔ akɔgya ne kwan kra na ɔso so nyame ama ne baabi party nada.
Okay. Enti Kwame say the I say just say yedisi okay, Kwame just say yes so see what advert no so.
Na me ka say yankasa yenua kantenche ne wife ne sister panyi. Ana che say ono so e de atu yenim say nyame adoma 28 of this month. Ana Madam Annabella Puma ewa dudu na friend no Madam Anna ono so ye gya ne kwan kra e wo Paakoso Presby Church 28 of this month ya wo Paakoso Presby Church ana ye kwa akogya e Madam Annabella Puma ewa dudu na friend no Madam Anna na che say ono so ye gya ne kwan kra nti Nyankopɔn eso so ye hwe so beti mama ne baby party nti adofo nyina so begya ye ne ntimi nkosi ye nuaba no
Kwame nyame nhyira Biggie nyame so nhyira o nti yebet ma MCR take over na afei yenu anam so be advertising so atwa so ekopon enkam ho yebehia adwada